last time I'm not last the session report from last time, because of like the narrative that I wrote that I wanted to include in there, it was like almost 3,000 words. I was like, damn. I'm not gonna read
Jesus
all
mother
of
of
it.
fuck.
I'm not gonna read all of it. So,
Shit happened.
but
And
shit,
TLDR, there was a
yeah,
Tarrasque romance episode.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was saying, yeah, it was transitioning to you guys kind of taking control and arriving in the city, and then uh meeting Leandra and her friends. Oh, whom I forgot to drop on the map here. They would be here. So I'll do that in a second. And then you guys, you know, making your way south eventually. And then I did that split screen narrative thing that I wrote where you guys, um, well, you dropped off Fraction, and stuff with Pocket, and they went to with Strassa and a couple of the other, um, members of the quote unquote Enders, to go face off with the what's left of the dwarves, and assist Jahir and some of the others eventually, the centaurs and stuff joining them. Um, and then yeah, then it was like romance where it's been like I've been thinking all the week about like one of the when I write things, I'm often inspired by imagery of something or word choice, like a few words or something. It's always interesting. I don't know. It's just one thing. And like the slow burn was something that inspired that story about how her light has been slowly draining from her because she's refused to do her original purpose as she slowly fell in love with the Tarrasque more or less. Like, but in a reminder of sessions ago, like Birdman was told by her that she needs to find this thing and destroy it, which is this organ inside of him. And if she does that, she completes her destiny. That's what she was told by the gods when she went to this temple. When she after she escaped and was set free by Falwyn, she basically went to the same natural temple, if you will, that I narrated it as Strike went to kind of commune with God, Chitin, and gain his mutation powers that he has and things like that. Nevertheless, um, her refusing that, like after their 10 days, it was like 8 days together. Um, you guys have come to the scene here where we start, where um, the Tarrasque he's going to be rolling a sanity save on his turn. That's his turn. Is a sanity save. Like she is dying, for all intents and purposes, and he doesn't understand. Like he's gained intelligence, he's gained consciousness, he gained more of a sentience and awareness of who he is and maybe what he wants instead of what he's being told to be, and that whole identity kind of narrative that's going on with him. But like the idea of someone you love dying to a simple mind like that it is shattering. To for him to try to connect to that. So you guys have come upon him, um in the middle of that sobbing, in the middle of however long he has been sobbing. You don't know. You do get the impression by the waterworks and by the dampness around and things that have been destroyed and whatnot and broken around here that it's been a time. It's more than a few minutes that this has gone on where he's in front of this thing before you guys have come to this position for things. Birdman, you're in the bottom left-hand corner of this ginormous map. I made it a ginormous map because the Tarrasque is ginormous. And well, if combat breaks out, I wanted his enormity to be a reminder, for things. That he's not just a gargantuan. He's a fucking titan, and that means the size is almost immeasurable. I think for some creatures.
We can see him from where we're standing right now.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And I think Birdman, with your awareness of him, you have you would know what his reach, quote unquote, would be. You know, for melee. You don't know about much of his ranged abilities. I'm going to be honest. He hasn't used them. He hasn't had a reason to. But he does have them. But
Yeah.
his melee reach is as long as you don't get within 30 feet of him. You guys, and is his reach is kind of for those things. And we can measure that
I'm kind of
from
convinced he can
from the base
fire.
of the actual token of his size, not from like the square that kind of goes around his token. I'm fine with that. Just for ease of things, because he is fucking ginormous. But nevertheless, you have seen him throw a spine from his tail, though, at 100+ feet. So there's that.
Yeah.
He hasn't
That's how
done
he
that
saved
yet,
my
but-
life.
Yeah.
Mhm. So he does have that. Well, yeah. Well, that was also when he was little dog form, so that was like
yeah, but
20
imagine what he could do when he's bigger.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
20
So, did it already organize it for me? That's awesome. Did it? Wait.
I mean, I am at the top.
Yeah. Yeah, it did.
Oh, Kitebot's there. I was like, "Where's Strike?" Oh, he rolled with Kitebot. Okay, that's fine. So, let me roll for the 4 that I forgot were here, real quick.
Uh,
Eh,
there's can Kaipo fly?
yes,
He's an eagle. Yes.
He is an eagle,
Yes.
right? Yeah.
he has like 180 fly speed, if I remember correctly.
No. I mean, in the presence of the Tarrasque. That's what I meant.
Oh, valid question.
I think so.
I need to open Kaipa's sheet. I can't remember if I gave him something.
I feel like
Hmm.
if you did, I mean, if you were hunting the Tarrasque with a
Yeah, I was
Fine.
gonna say the same thing.
You
I'm like, these things
probably-
are made to counteract and fight this thing, like in like supportal combat.
man, the Tarrasque would be awfully confused. Like, what the hell? It's in the air.
Yeah, what
How?
the fuck is that thing? Yeah.
How is that in the air? When you're not near things, they can be in the air. What?
I think he's a smart thing now. I think it used to just be if something was flying past him, he'd be like, "What dat?" Like,
I mean, as
What?
long as it's like
what
farther than a mile away, sure.
What is that fucking pious initiative count here?
Yeah.
12.190000000001?
What?
Well, you got to be accurate with these things.
I don't know. I gotta look at his sheet. He's like,
Divine Christ.
Apparently, he is the perfect Animaesus.
what did
Of
I?
us all.
Earth. There you go.
Truly the best
He's
of us all.
got like a negative E dex, negative point E dex.
Interesting. I could make an argument for something, but I don't have something that directly states what I'm thinking of. So, you ask questions that I don't often expect.
We're not even a few minutes in. It's already like stop the DM. Check.
We're eating good tonight.
Man, I still can't get over it. Yeah, we just convinced an entire city of people to just leave.
Yeah,
This-
we just told him
This
fuck
is
off.
where
Okay, delete.
I'm reminded of one thing that I did do with Kitebot and his narrative. But you, yes, you bring up a valid point. Kitebot is a bird.
Here.
I want to stress that, like, the idea of the hawk and the eagle is definitely there, to be sure, but some of his abilities make no sense to just an eagle or a hawk.
Yeah, it has a
So-
cannon in its mouth.
Well, let alone his swim speed, and things that he can do.
Yeah, I was wondering
Uh,
about it. Why does he
yeah,
have 180 feet swim speed?
Aerial water bird, bro.
That's
He's
just like
equipped-
with the bird.
he's
That's just like
equipped
with
Birds
the
can
bird does.
dive, though.
But there are
He's a fucking
diving
birds
birds.
can
all-terrain
dive,
vehicle.
There
and the
are
ones that-
quote-unquote
yeah, he has an
penguins.
all-terrain vehicle.
So my idea is, like, maybe for different abilities, like his body like changes to be more of like a penguin when he's underwater or like whatnot. And I think one of the things that I remember looking at the token, and one of the reasons why I chose this token is the bird itself is the body shape of it isn't all hawk. Like they're like the legs and stuff are to me very different in the tail. But never besides the point. He cannot fly. However, he has a walking speed of 90 feet. He's pretty fucking fast. I imagine it's more like Roadrunner-esque, where his legs are longer and some of the power in his wings has shrunken away to, like, for them to like transform more into the body, and that kind of energy has shifted down into the legs to make them grow and grip better as he is running around. But
So he's
No,
gonna
just imagine-
accept us.
yes,
So, like,
but
he evolved into
Kitebot-
like an ostrich.
I
is
would
what
like
I'm hearing.
since yes, more or less an ostrich. Sure. But he also has this ability, which is like insanely powerful. He has different things he can do with that. Like one of the ones that is this that he gains, like to be able to like just so you know, like he has 2 bonus actions, 2 reactions every turn. Kitebot does. Just so you know. Okay. Like
Holy
that's
fuck!
that's just like his
2
ability.
bonus actions and 2
Holy
reactions.
fuck! And
Okay.
2 reactions.
All right. So and
Holy fuck.
okay, and that doesn't apply to a lot of your stuff. That's mostly his stuff. But nevertheless, some of your stuff we can say that applies to, but rage doesn't apply to him. He's not a fucking barbarian. So, nevertheless, he's this ability, and he has this other thing, Vanguard, and
This raises a question. Can I give Kuiper the ability damage increasing things with 2 bonus actions a turn, like thunder damage and the tattoo stuff?
If it's something, okay, what do you remind me what the thunder damage is?
Vital Sacrifice and the tattoo is Eldritch Claw Tattoo.
Oh, so
And does he get
Yo-
sneak attack?
no, no, that's your sneak attack. However, he doesn't need sneak attack. Trust me.
I know, I'm piloting him.
But nevertheless, you also don't forget about this ability. Oh, well, didn't we fix that? No, I'm pretty sure we fixed that, Crystal. But so I'm gonna take off the disabled part. But that was one of the things you did. But nevertheless, there's an argument online that I remember reading about the last time I investigated this question about flying and whatnot. And there's an argument about hover that some people could argue that a hovering quality can supersede an Earthbind. And they're just talking about the Earthbind spell, which is a level 2 spell. Very different story, in my opinion, in some ways. But there's an argument that I remember reading that was pretty powerful to kind of go against that, which was just like, in order to hover, you have to fly. And if your fly speed is brought to 0, you're not flying. So how do you hover?
So
So,
he can't really fly up very high, is
No.
what I get from
I think you
but
can.
he
yeah.
did fly high over the city previously, so I'm just kind of confused on how he got from that.
Well, there
to that.
is. Well, there is part of the narration that I was going to is his Earthbind is a 1 mile. You can go more than a mile above something.
Oh, okay.
And I imagine because of what Kitebot is, I think his awareness of things would have helped you guide that into the past for things, because he is, although he uses your intelligence, wisdom, and whatnot, there is a sentience and awareness that these creatures have, I think, about their purpose. And like we've always kind of narrated that they, once you're attuned to it and bound to it, they kind of guide you through the use, which is, I think, the narrative reason of why, hey, you got their sheet. So you can look at what they do for things. But his Kitebot's abilities there is an argument that I could make to what you were kind of hinting to there with like a jump or something like that. With a mixture of Fade Cloak and Vanguard and responsiveness, those three together, I definitely could see how Kitebot could manipulate Earthbind in his favor with some of those things, because awareness sometimes is part of things, I think, in some ways. But I gotta look at the Earthbind thing again. Yeah, so I think he can manipulate it in some ways, but it's like at the end of his turn, he's gonna start being brought back down to the ground, kind of thing.
So he doesn't use fly, he uses bounce.
Yeah, more or less. Yeah. Like you could argue some of those things, and you do have access. You do have access to cunning action. So with his double bonus action, you could dash 3 times.
Oh, holy fuck, that's messed up.
So
Yeah,
like 90 times
That's
3.
so fucked up.
You're fast as fuck.
Right. So
Fast as fuck,
but,
boy!
the Tarrasque does have he has a base speed of 60, but with his abilities, he can get up to 180 when he's really wanting to move every turn. So,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
We gave Stryke a fast car.
Okay.
Holy shit.
While I don't expect
Gas!
I don't
expect
us
you
fight.
to need that speed, but yes.
Yeah, I don't expect to fight anytime soon, but if I just want to imagine, since like you brought up the Roadrunner, that Stryke would totally go, meet, motherfucker! And as he rams into someone. I can totally
Yes.
expect that.
Motherfucker!
Okay.
Off tonight!
Okay.
Again.
Okay, well that's my question answered.
I think at the start of the round, I will narrate that Leandra, Barmay, and their 2 compatriots take the rest of their movement towards the beast, or to get behind this rock, away from you 2 primordials. Obviously, for their mindset as the lowest level of the group, they're having some awareness of those things. As also just if anyone's gonna get hit, it's gonna be probably one of the bigger things before something small. So some discussions murmuring about them, and then they roll their turn. Eros, I think there is a momentary like mental conversation that happens within, it's just like milliseconds that go by, but it's like a imagery conversation with Cash's spirit, Cash's essence, if you will, as there's an obvious like push towards his instinct, if you will, because I do see him as more of a creature than a construct, even though he has been created. There is an instinct that almost kicks off, like his reason for existence is in front of him. The reason why he was created stands in front of him and is agitated and angry and unsure if it's going to lash out. The destruction about is around. You have, I imagine, very little of like what's going on other than the Tarrasque is just upset. Like, I think your insight is high enough to understand that for this beast that you've only ever seen before dead, for all intents and purposes. And so to see it moving and gyrating and in the ways that it's doing, is just it doesn't seem natural. It doesn't seem like it makes sense. Cash cannot take action without you, fortunately. You do get the impression that if he could, he would probably be charging towards the Tarrasque. That's what Cash wants to do. His instinct is flared. But what do you want to do?
For narrative flair, Eros, I imagine that the way that I imagine the cockpit has always been like it's a seat, where it's like as if like there's screens in front, and that I'm interacting with screens, to like make it move and do all the abilities, rather than it being like it's a Gundam suit where you put your hands in these ports or what the fuck ever to make it move. So I'm imagining that with those instincts that she's feeling, she kind of gently moves her hand through the magic as if, like as if petting an animal to like calm it down. And she like whispers to Cash like, "Shh, it's okay. It's okay. Birdman probably has this under control. Speaking of which," and I cast Sending on Birdman.
Yes, with your passive perception, even with how crazy high it is, say you don't know where Birdman is in the immediate moment.
Yeah.
There's, but Birdman hears what? 25 words.
Hey, so I'm like farting distance within the Tarrasque. You're nearby, right? Because Cash really wants to throw hands. Also, Tarrasque is acting weird, crying.
That 25.
Yeah, that's it.
Fuck. Shit. Tarrasque acting weird, crying in farting distance.
Well, when you put it that way.
Are you nearby?
Uh,
No. Shit's fucked. Be there soon. Stay safe. Don't move. And then go, yeah, and then that's it. That's all you're getting from me.
Yeah, okay.
And then at these dudes, I'm turning around and I'm like, we need to pick this shit up now. Like, I might need to leave you.
All right, well, are you okay? So you said he's at the bottom of the corner.
I'm on the other side of the map, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's still. I mean it's not too far from the Tarrasque. Like, because you're not considered off map, right?
No, but I'm telling you, like, I'm about as far as you are, I guess. So he's like, just don't move, stay safe. Like,
Okay. Then like Eros would just like last thing she does is like just holds up her hand, in that like don't move type of signaling to everyone behind her, and we'll just end my turn here, watching.
okay. Okay. At the end of your turn, Birdman, Nanui takes a brief moment and does a very quick prayer spell, and about him these little tortoise shells start to hover that have these runes circling around them and these gold letters. And Alitz is going to can you do that in one more version? No. Alitz, you see Alitz like disappear. Next to you, your blind sight. I think you have blind sight.
Yeah.
Should. 10 feet.
Your blind sight lets you know that he turned himself invisible. For things, and then the wolf guy Flim just runs forward ridiculously fast to the kind of next rock outcropping. Strike and Kiteba will come to you. What do you want to do?
I really don't fucking know right now. So I guess kind of ask Eros. Do you think it's safe to approach, or
Birdman said he's on his way. Stay safe. Don't approach.
then we just stay here for now? Yes. Do nothing. Let Birdman handle it.
For now, I can see somewhat around the Tarrasque, so if I see Birdman, I can establish a psychic link with him so we can better discuss things.
Should you establish a psychic link with the Tarrasque?
I've thought of that, but I kind of don't want to get yelled at because
That's your concern right now?
Well, look, Birdman said he's like smarter, but I don't know how much smarter, okay? So I don't know if he'll scream at me. And I don't want to get screamed at right now. I'm sensitive. My feelings might get hurt.
Alright, then I guess I just sit here and we wait. Just perches him on the rock. Kind of forms another obstacle in front of Leandra and the others, just in case. But other than that, doesn't engage or anything. But he still insists being screamed at or not being screamed at should not be on your list of priorities right now. Look at the guy. He's crying.
Dude, give me like 6 seconds, okay? I'm kind of tired from casting a spell. I need exactly 6 seconds.
Oh, is there
Camera
even...
nod.
I... What?
Okay.
Fuck off!
At that reminder, Flim is gonna take his actual turn.
Eros looks at camera.
Looks at camera.
And
It's camera here!
Flim has already run forward. He's going to take his action to try to understand more situation. He's
I was gonna say, before these guys move, I think I would even just say like, all right,
Well, he
gentlemen,
had,
this is the part of the tour where I warn you, he may kill you, but be safe. If you have to be fast, be fast. He can see you, and he will find you, and he will probably eat you. So be very careful. I suggest going to that outcropping over there where we can get a beautiful view of the chaos, and I'll be right back. I'm gonna go figure this out.
is wrong with him?
I don't know. I have to go figure it out. So I recommend that you guys keep your hands and feet under the rock and be careful. He might throw a spine at you. But I'll be back.
Flim says that. You have no response from Aelitz. You just hear pitter patter of feet before you're unsure after that, where the invisibility obviously goes away from your blind sight. I need to remind myself on his speed.
My infrared.
And he's going to. He's not going to use that just yet. 'Cause I don't think he's that impatient. But he moves forward, and I think he's going to action. Try to remember. You hear an ominous voice from somewhere closer to Flim than to you. The wolfkin, the leopardkin, Pumthera, speaking the idea of, if I remember correctly, from the annals of the greats from 300 years ago, this beast is also immune to most magic. Immune, I should say.
Yeah.
Other than the most powerful spells. So, the few of us alone, if it is this agitated, can we trust your claim?
That it won't kill you? Or that. What do you mean?
There's not a response to that in the immediate, I'm gonna say. But
I never claimed it wouldn't kill you. I'm just saying I told you it's a little changed. To just have to, I told you it was touchy.
Krelma runs off in the other direction to behind Cash, sort of, to hide in the trees and start to climb up the tree to get a better advantage. The Tarrasque is now going to put its legendary actions on the game. And it's going to, it senses with its tremor sense, if nothing else, and its blind sight, which I want to put a quick aura that you all can see, so you can kind of sense like his infrared as he just spoke, what goes off, like what he senses around him, right? So in that red aura, his blind sight and tremor sense is just pinging. All this noise that to you all is quiet, but to his tremor sense is the loudest stomping that comes toward his sadness. He's going to roll a sanity save at the beginning of his turn. If he passes the sanity save, he does nothing. He just continues to sob.
Can I give him a plus 20?
As he grieves for those ideas. If he fails, then let's see what he rolls first. If he fails, then he will take actions as a beast for this turn. So he's gonna roll a wisdom save, is usually what I do for them. NPCs. He passes.
Oh, thank God. Holy shit.
He passes. For that one. That was a pretty good check for him. So he, with that pass, he became proficient in wisdom saves because of some of the things you did to him. So
That's good.
you helped him deal with, sanity more. So I'm going to take the legendary actions back off, as he will not take legendary actions, as he just settles in more around, getting almost on his elbows and knees in front. I will say he will take the prone position for all intents and purposes, as he is obviously just laying in front of, like, as a distraught, like, mama cat, almost cradling her little baby cat in her front paws, and at this point, any of you that have any sort of insight, unless you have a under 10, I will say if you have under 10 insight, for whatever reason you have a negative in wisdom, I'll check NPCs as we go to them. They will just be like, "What the fuck is going on?" But if you have a 10 or plus in your passive insight, which should be most people, okay, know that the Tarrasque is sad. And that's just like, what? So at the start of your turn, I would like you to roll a sanity save. Consequences that aren't about losing your action, consequences of sanity. To be like, what the fuck? Birdman is the only one that does not, because Birdman understands what he's going through. Because he knows what's in front of him.
Oh no!
So
I'm
Birdman,
freaking out now.
yeah, so Birdman, your passive perception by this point is more than powerful after these turns to see that there's a fainting light in front of him, a small light, and it's either a campfire, which we like, what the fuck would you make a campfire? You don't know, that'd be weird, or it's Eember. Like, it's like one of the two things. That's the only thing that makes it a small dying campfire, or it's Eember. And the campfire just doesn't make sense for
Me hoping that it's a small dying campfire. Please,
So,
God, please make this
uh,
the worst. The worst.
I like how
Sure.
the
Yeah,
prone
go for it.
icon is just this tiny little dot way off in the corner.
Oh, that's
Go
how
ahead,
big the
Mark.
square is. Yeah.
It's just on a random tree.
All right, Sherith is gonna run over to here, and he's going to hide in the bushes and wait for Birdman's orders beyond that. With what's been told to him so far, Nouvelle is yeah, she's on the back of Kaitba. She kind of yell talks to like be able to have Strike hear her inside of the primordial, and so we're not killing the beast. And this is like Eros, and other people can kind of respond as part of her turn. Is that's her turn? Is like she's just asking, why aren't we like what you know there's a sensibility of her ancient drowness coming into here that this is like a perfect opportunity to strike. Like literally.
Because
No,
Birdman
we're
says
not
he's...
killing the beast.
Yeah, Birdman says he's got this.
And Birdman never led us astray.
True.
At the end of Nouvelle's turn, and at Flim dashes more to the right. Flim, Nanui, and Aelitz, it should be stated by this point, are legendary creatures. So they're taking legendary actions.
Okay.
So,
Goddamn. I
two
didn't know
things.
how.
Leandra is going to follow Chroma and use her bonus action to kind of climb up there. And she will, once she's on the top, hunker down like a good panther does, and stealth with a 22. And then Birdman is your actual action this turn.
Holy
You see
shit.
people reacting, taking positions. They're not sure if they should fight. They're not sure if they should wait. The tension here of confusion is high, as you have yet to explain to anyone what you think is kind of going on here. Because you left with the idea of him professing his love, and it's like, well, fuck. It's
Yeah.
like so. But I think the other realization that I'll remind you of at the start of your turn is what I said at the beginning of session, more or less, of she came here with the destiny to kill him, and she chose not to. You saw her dwindling away in your apartment. You remember that, and so there's a layer of guilt I think Birdman has to this in some ways, but also a layer of you didn't fully realize until now how intimately connected these two are. So, what do you want to do?
Oh God, I just like I said, I do my tour guide thing where I'm like, I recommend we stay over here at this rock, and I will come and get you when I think it's safe. And gentlemen, this concludes your tour. I'll be back. And I just run off in a direction. I mean, like just bonus action dash dash. Like
Okay.
I'm slinging intestines everywhere. Like I'm just off.
Okay.
Like
You
gone.
can move your
How far is that? So it's
full
90, so it's
movement.
a 180.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
You,
I just
Just
dash.
get in front of his face. Yeah, essentially.
yeah, you
Yeah,
can get right in front of his face. Yeah.
I just get right. I just like start climbing trees and pew,
Hopping over
pew.
rocks, flips, dashes, weaves, and you kind of come right in front of and stop right in front of his left arm, forearm, elbow as it's
Elbow
braced down
here.
in the ground. Birdman, you should have full stats. If you don't, for whatever reason, your token says you don't, but
What?
it might just be a thing from the token. But you should have full stats from the travel.
Okay.
So
Oh,
nevertheless,
I see.
it might be from a carryover from a previous comp.
Who knows?
Which is fine. Okay, Birdman, that's your turn.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That's my turn.
At the end of your turn, Flim moves more along the southern edge. The other two, their legendary actions are more about fighting than anything else. Nevertheless, Nanui gets back his legendary actions, and Nanui the tortoise, he's a tortoise. So they're dwarf speed, 25 feet. He'll move up a little, following Birdman sort of along the line the Birdman came. As his impatience-ness, I imagine, takes over in his mind about, we have this messianic figure of the shadow of the beast coming to the beast as the beast cradles the light. Like, this is fucking prophecy that's happening, right? And like in Nanui's mind, and he's just like enamored by this idea. Like, this is like, it doesn't make sense. So I think he will spend his bonus action this turn to dash, to sprint, that is. So he will gain another 25, and then he will dash after that for another 25 as he impatiently follows Birdman. Birdman, your passive perception and awareness, as well as I think the skin quilt itself, recognizes this movement behind you and like brings you aware of Nanui being one of the few that's like actually following you. And you don't know how it will to this. That Nanui is almost in range for it. So there's that.
God.
Eros. Faith makes you do stupid things sometimes. Okay?
Now,
Eros, you and Cash. What do you want to do?
perchance, because I know the Tarrasque is on his elbows essentially.
Yeah.
Can Eros? I mean, a 32 passive perception is insane. So is it possible she can get the briefest of glimpse of Birdman, or even a split second?
Yeah, I was going to bring that up eventually towards the end of your turn, but yeah, we could talk about that with your question. I think with the movement happening, you would see shadows, and your passive perception would help you delineate of like the silhouette sort of difference, but they're moving at such an insane speed that it might be a little hard to glean for things, but you see something moving on all fours at the south, very quickly, and with everything that's going on, and where's my focus ping? There it is. With everything that's going on with Birdman, I don't think you would discount Birdman running on all fours since the last time you've actually seen him. But there is a hint towards it being an anime. And then the other quick thing you see, this you see later, moving towards the Tarrasque into its silhouette, towards its like almost haphazardly, like the tail has its it moves behind, as it willingly goes toward. But the silhouette of this thing, it looks like an octopus running. Like, it doesn't make sense. I don't think you could process its Birdman. I think you just know it's not an Animaesus and not a humanoid at this point, even with the 32. If you want to spend your action to roll an insight or nature or another perception check, you can spend your action to do like a search check, if you will, to try to verify the information. I think that's valid. But yeah, what do you want to do?
What if can we say, just in
We
this
have the old
brief moment,
Birdman token.
I mean, probably somewhere. In this brief moment, what if I just, instead of gambling it, just activate this on all the shadows and the Tarrasque, like every silhouette that I saw moving, even the octopus one, as well as the Tarrasque.
Okay, so as well as the Tarrasque, who in the Tarrasque?
All the you said there were
The
three
shadows.
shadows that were moving.
Okay.
So just each
So
of
you
those
want-
silhouettes.
The shadows and the silhouettes. Okay. Yeah, I don't think you're aware of Nanui. He's because of the other shadows, he's moving too slow that where I don't think your brain would like track that just yet. With things, with the other quick movements and the big silhouette of the beast and all the wind and things breaking down. Nevertheless, yeah, I think that makes sense. You see the shadows, you see the silhouettes moving. They're just, literally these guys are moving so fucking fast. Like they're faster than fucking cheetahs. Like they're like 3 times faster than cheetahs is how fast these two people are. So,
So and
Okay,
that's
so-
one for each shadow. So it's 2 in total or 3 in total for the shadows.
if you want to get both shadows, it'd be 3
Okay.
to get the Tarrasque too. Yeah.
Okay, so then I'm spending 3 dice in total. Not that it matters because it's only about duration for the dice roll. But I will establish a telepathic link with all 3.
Or at least 3.
Yeah. For the Tarrasque and the 2 shadows. The one that ran towards the Tarrasque and the one that's moving way south.
Okay.
Just
And before you speak, I would just like to remind as responses, as we've already seen strikes and whatnot turn, we're in an intrigue, so I'll let you guys play with the responses and narrative a little bit before we go to the next turn. For things. But nevertheless, what do you want to say as your initial reach out?
hey, is Birdman on the line? I feel like he is.
You've got Birdman.
This is not Birdman. Who is
Okay.
this?
This is my friend Eros. Hello, Eros. This is Tarrasque.
That was Flim.
That was
But that was not the Tarrasque, remember.
Oh.
Leave me alone.
Oh, yeah.
Remember his mind's eyes is the
The
cream-
little lad.
the little lad.
With those berries and cream.
Leave me alone. She's dead.
Is she? What happened? What happened?
She's dead. She's dead.
What do you mean she's dead? She's not dead. She can't be dead. What did you do? Wait, what did she do?
Who did you kill, monster?
Damn, I really came in at a bad time.
Okay, don't call him a monster. That's rude as fuck.
Look
First
how
of
big
all-
he is.
Okay, shut up. You like excommunicado from the call.
Fine, I'll
I'm
disconnect.
kind of glad I'm not included in this.
I am how can I be
Disconnected.
Flim is so confused. I'm gonna have Flim
Ending up
roll.
a flip.
I'm gonna have Flim roll a sanity save. Just I think
Idiot.
that's valid.
Wait, you can just hang up a call?
Yes,
Okay.
I have full control over it.
In order
Kicked him out of our
Faci-
Discord.
to facilitate,
You just deafened him.
yeah, I'm
Peace
gonna
out,
give
man.
one to Strike to
Oh.
break the tie for Flim as he rolled
Thanks.
horribly. As for things, but Flim's sanity has been questioned by what just
Yo, what the
happened.
Just fucking
Okay.
deafened him.
Oh.
Server muted.
Hell yeah,
Okay,
dude.
with that with him out of the way, I'm assuming you're the Tarrasque. Hi, I'm Eros. I'm Birdman's friend.
I'm a monster and I killed her!
Okay, bro, this is wild. I think everybody needs to calm down. What is going on?
I just told you, you're not listening!
I am listening. What has where? And like,
She's
I have
dead!
to.
I'm
like,
a monster!
walk
And
up.
I did it!
What
You-
happened before? What happened before you killed her?
We're gonna go to Strike's turn.
Meanwhile, back in the real
Me-
world,
Because that's like all mentally happening as Strike as Birdman walks up slowly to the beat. Just a real like bombardment of a few seconds of information. And then Strike is just like he sees the movement of the Tarrasque. He sees by this point, I think you see the Tarrasque arcing towards something that would help you imply that there's a body over there. You may have seen Birdman's ice silhouette. You don't know it's Birdman. Run from the south towards him. And with Strike, with your passive perception, yeah, okay. You would be aware of where Flim is. You just don't know what Flim is. So, what do you want to do?
I think at this point, whether Eros is in cash or not, he would just know when she's doing some of his psychic bullshit, so he's just sitting this one out.
Your passive insight tingles a little bit. You're like, everyone's not moving and really quiet. Ah, Eros is talking to people. Okay.
Yep. Okay, we're just gonna hang out here and chill while Eros does her
You know, it's
mental
like
gymnastics thing.
the whole idea of like a psychic presence coming in your mind to just force you to speak is probably one of the better forms of stun than actual stun. If you think about it.
I mean, yeah.
Because
You
you
don't
just think
expect
about
it.
like the narrative idea of what so oppressive to someone that's not used to it. That it's just like, oh my god, it's just it's always fascinating to me. I've always want to go in their brain. Well, you just made them like lose like 60 feet in their flying because they're like, what the fuck? And they just like, because it'd be like, why wouldn't someone like be like,
You can't just make it make sense like that.
all right, so you're going to just chill. All right, you're just gonna wait.
I am going to do the anti-barbarian thing, and I don't rage. I just chill.
I
Okay,
cast
Flim.
chill.
I cast chill. Flim at the end of your turn uses his action to run a little bit more forward, to finish his movement more, so to speak. As he gets to the top of his turn, he stops next to this like bush and things, and he's kneeling down, and one of his front right paw comes up to his head, and he rubs his head as he's obviously confused and a little hurt by like what just happened, and he's looking at the creature. Who was the beast? That voice? That voice? One voice was Birdman. Who was? What? Is the beast a woman? Let's see. Because Flim is a totem barbarian, and he's immune to everything other than psychic, pretty much. Like and I just imagine psychic things are just like what the fuck, tomfuckery. So he's gonna take his turn to roll an investigation check, which he's not proficient in.
Bruh.
Um,
Bruh.
and I'm gonna leave the one because narratively I think it fits.
He's
As he just
flabberflustered.
sits, he's just so just like, what just happened? And then there's something that Birdman has said over the last couple days, that the beast is sentient, is conscious, and Flim is like the first one that's just like, no, we're gonna just go kill the beast. Like that's Flim the entire time was like, that's what we're gonna do. I'm just gonna go kill the beast. That's what I brought here to kill the beast. That's what I'm gonna do. And the first time, like Nanui and Aelitz have already questioned their existence. Like Flim, he had to see it to believe it. He had to really see it. So he is gonna pause at that point, and I'm gonna say we go to Aelitz real quickly, who's invisible And Alitz is gonna run to the tree, and he's gonna use his bonus action. No, he uses action to climb up onto the rock here, so he can like see more of what Birdman and the crap is doing. And he's invisible, and he's watching Birdman go to the thing and kneel down and comfort it and try to have its hand open so he can see like a little child holding this little like a little bird it killed, like maybe Elitz did when it was a child, kind of thing. Like just like this is such a scene that makes no sense, right? To where I think Elitz, I'm gonna have him. I said everyone is gonna roll insanity. He's gonna roll an insanity. His first sanity, as he has this odd connection to.
Bruh.
Bro.
Goodness gracious. Okay, the dice are speaking. I'm not going to re-roll
The
that.
dice
I'm going to let that speak for itself. To where his sanity changes, like he fails the sanity, right? But I think he fails it like to a point where he loses concentration, like where he forgets to concentrate on his spell, because this is just so what the hell is going on here. So he comes out of the invisibility, and I think he's going to take an action to
The dice speak. Emperor Palpatine has returned.
Somehow.
Yeah, we don't know. He was out of
what
life.
the
What
hell?
the fuck? Bro,
Holy
they're
fuck.
NPCs. Nope, they're done. They're done for the day.
That's 3 nat ones in a row.
The dice said you are
A Windows
side
10 error message. Something happened.
You are
Um,
side characters. Sit the fuck down.
Okay, this is not your scene. Chroma is gonna just come up behind Leandra, and he's just gonna renew his stealth. But he like stands at the top, like not like more than he wants to. He's not really hunkered down as best as he could be. The average person wouldn't see them, but those of you that here are, legendary to be sure. You see this ratkin like rise up like a meerkat on the top of that thing, just like trying to look over the trees and arch of the trees, like wait, like, and he says more loudly than he ever thinks he probably should at this moment for someone that's supposed to be a rogue. And he just, what the fuck is that? The Tarrasque is going to. Okay, so we've had one check from him. Yes, that was that thing earlier. He had the 28. And then no one else. I'll say one momentum point gained from establishing a line of communication. I think another momentum point gained from Birdman walking forward and not like getting distracted by others or choosing to take a different action that would not be his attention towards the Tarrasque. I think that matters to the situation here. So and then there was one gained already from sanity save. Okay, so he's gonna roll another sanity save. And again, if he fails, he continues to cry.
Okay.
Okay. But I think on this turn, as part of his cry, because he's wallowing in such despondent, just I need to adjust something for this. You seen better? Yep. Okay. Um, I think he will take his action to do a baby, like stomp his feet and arms. I'm like kind of lose himself a little bit in the moment. So because Strike and Eros and whatnot decided not to move forward, they're not in this area. Birdman, I'm gonna say you can spend 2 inspiration points to avoid this, as the skin quilt jumps inside his mouth as he does this and keeps you safe inside the mouth. But you have to spend
Yeah.
2 to avoid this.
Yeah,
Um,
I'll do that. It just
Okay.
flings me into a safe space.
Yeah, but Alitz and Nanui and Flim, I'm gonna roll real quick for them. Strength saves. So I'm gonna spend 1 to give Nanui advantage. Give that to Eros. Uh, he couldn't even have passed it anyways. So there we go. Nanui gets he gets knocked prone. He takes the 62, thrown down to the ground. All of Flim's sheet is closer. Flim, he has yet to rage. No, he's always raged. Yes. So
Oh, his superpower is being pissed off.
Always a
these-
day.
I mean, he passes, but all these net ones still.
I know. So he'll take 15 because of resistance. And then Alitz.
They also
Give me your
get
sheet.
pushed 30 feet as well. And not prone.
Oh yeah. Goodness. I will spend 1 to reroll and give that to Greed, and I will spend another 1 to give advantage and give it to Brandon. Yes, just gets it.
Teasing with these now.
Okay. So
You better hope you don't get disadvantage.
and then Nanui knocked back 30 feet. Rumbles. All right. That is his third. Sherthez is gonna be. What do I got in my bag? I don't know. I haven't checked in a while. I'm gonna go over here and look in my bag, and I'm gonna. If they yell, I'll shoot him. Yep. Yep. He's gonna just stealth. I'm just be like, nope. I'm staying here. There was a minor earthquake that just happened. Are you sure Birdman's gonna be okay? It looked like he was just eaten by the Tarrasque. Like, am I wrong?
Birdman, are you
It's
Shut-
probably we're talking about.
Birdman,
You'll
are
be
you
fine.
fine? You look like you have eaten.
It's like just internal screaming.
Come back here.
So you
Don't get too
are
close.
so you are being eaten.
No, it's fine. It's chill. I have to be eaten.
Okay. He says he's fine being eaten.
Me being eaten is the least of your worries.
Well, if he says so, Leandra will say, as she'll kneel back down and just continue to watch in awe at what's going on. Birdman, it is officially your turn and action
Oh
that
my
you can do
God.
something. This intrigue has gained and not has I'm sorry, has gained momentum, has not lost momentum thus far. With the roles that pertain to this. So, what do you want?
I think the first thing he says when he's in the mouth is he just starts screaming. He's like, "Jacques, you broke the rules! Jacques, you broke the rules! You were supposed to let them both change! What happened? Like, bring her back! What did you do?" And it's like, this was supposed to be a chase. She wasn't supposed to come back.
You could roll a. You could roll. It depends on how you want to approach this. This could be an insight investigation for you to just process through what you see to see what makes sense of why it isn't working. This could be a persuasion or religion check to kind of like implore Jock to hear your prayer in the moment. To kind of like have him respond if he, at the least send you a sending to like, hey, what's going on? For things. Or it could be a persuasion charisma to just or another check you think makes sense. But persuasion charisma is what makes sense to me for the immediate moment to talk to the Tarrasque, to get his presence here and now. You know he's able to do this. You've seen this. You know this is sad, but like, dude, come on. We need you. Like, you losing your shit means the end of the world. Like, literally.
Yeah.
So, so your insight, your passive insight is more than high enough to know that this is not an easy task. I will tell you the DC is a 25 to get a success on this check.
Okay.
So you could argue another skill if you don't think persuade, because I know charisma's not. I don't remember what your bonus is, but you could argue another.
It's not bad, but
Yeah, you
it's
could argue
not-
if you. But I would like to hear the argument.
Well, the only other thing I'm looking at is nature.
Okay.
But I don't think nature applies to this much other than like it's more like a dude, you shouldn't be doing this kind of situation. Like it's okay. Like we can figure this out. So maybe it's more like a persuasion, I think. So this is gonna be rough. But I think if I use an inspiration, I will have advantage. So this will be good. We're just trying to calm him down. Oh
You
god.
literally can't make that. You
Yeah,
need.
with persuasion, I couldn't make it with persuasion, right? 25. So
Yeah.
I can't calm him down. So I guess, yeah, I have to let him get mad. But I also hope that Jock hears my prayer. I'm just like, this could have been done better. I think I'm just suffering right now along with him.
Okay. That does mark some loss in momentum as you're just being rattled inside the mouth of the beast for now. Successfully, like webbed in there with your cloak, but all right.
Yeah, I guess my only other thing is like go in him and see if that could change something, but probably not. Like if I'm just like fuck it, I just like let go and just get swallowed or like fall through a crack or something. Oh no. I'm just like, oh, I'm going in. Just goodbye. Like
Bruh. What the
Oh,
fuck is
no.
that? What are these rolls?
I don't know. Nanui, I forgot to
These
roll
are-
I forgot to roll a concentration check for
These
Nanui.
are cursed.
Okay. Well, Nanui is going to. Oh God. He's gonna stand. He maintains his concentration. He is going to look over. There's. You're eaten from his perspective. He does like what just happened. The thing's thrown a fit, I'm gonna have him at the start of his turn roll a sanity save. Okay. All right, he passes, of course. Okay, good. And then with that sanity, instead of him like losing his shit, he's gonna do this for. I'm gonna roll first to see. Okay. Nanui doesn't even get up from prone. He just kind of like scoots onto his knees to be more prostrate. And he kind of tosses his staff down to the ground and opens his arms out wide to the sky up above him. And as a war priest of the primordials, of Chiton in particular, he yells out to Chiton's name, and he asks the great Beast Father, the great creator of the Animaesus, as many of them see it, to give us insight, to understand what to do, to stop this beast from doing the thing. For this idea. And I'm gonna have him roll I'm gonna spend an inspiration to have him roll at advantage, and I'll give that inspiration to Lus as he rolls a religion check. Okay. To try to implore the god to do something, to have this idea. For things. But I'm gonna have that religion check tied up with this.
Oh,
13% chance.
I
13%.
rolled and whispered myself because I wanted to make sure I could narrate this correctly. And he barks out, and there is at first just quiet and sobs from the beast as it rumbles on the ground. But then that rumble kind of carries up above you all and like almost the barometric pressure around the beast, especially in that like sphere you have on the screen there, that red sphere that most of you thankfully are out of. There is a shift, and like you feel the pressure just change, and up in the sky it rumbles and clouds burrow in and furrow in violent, dark and ominous. Lightning comes out a few times here and there, and there's one final just that happens, and ironically enough, it comes down this giant one, kind of behind the Tarrasque, and makes Nouvelle jump back like, holy fuck. As there is a arrival of this humanoid looking woman. I will focus ping to bring you over to the map for everyone. This humanoid looking woman appears in the lightning, dressed in these gorgeous moonstone and like night sky black glittering with star dress, kind of, hair in her face. She's you want to say human, but there's something about her presence that lets you know that's just what she is. Here is human, is what is easiest to be, if for all intents and purposes. And the Nanui is just like off to the side. Those of you that have an insane high passive, he yelled, Chiton is here. Right? Like, Strike, this is not Chiton. Like, this is not you.
Yeah, Strike would know it.
You know for a fact, Chiton is a monster. He's a beast god. Like he doesn't have a body anymore either. So like Chiton is known to that idea. Like this corporeal idea would just kind of goes against what Chiton represents in a lot of ways.
Didn't we kind of say that Strike kind of is his body now?
Well, in a lot of ways, Strike is a manifestation. Yeah. But I think a lot of what Animaesus believe to be themselves to be the body of Chiton. Like he gave himself to let them exist, kind of thing. Nevertheless, the lady here, I'm going to add her to initiative. She's going to go at initiative 20 for things. And we were on Nanui's turn. With that, that does count with a successful divine intervention.
Holy.
I will say that that does counteract the failure that he almost had with the religion check for the DC of 25. Nanui will end his turn. There are no legendary actions taken at the end of that, as everyone is just like, what just happened? Obviously. Eros, I would like you as a free action at the start of your turn to roll a insight, or unless your passive insight is 30.
My passive insight is 27.
Okay, so you do need to roll to get a 30.
Called it.
You don't know why you know this. There is just something about your intuition that just makes a little smirk on Eros's mouth appear as an avatar of Mistra
I
has
fucking
come
knew it.
come to speak to you. Ladies and gentlemen, your 25 inspiration is part of why this is happening.
Yes!
Yes. But
I'm loving it.
divine interventions and things need to happen to so
So I want you to know, while you were describing the storm, I was literally holding back on saying, can I just spend my inspiration to have Mistress stop that from happening? I was literally holding back from saying
you
that.
read my mind because that's what my narrative was. Mistress seeing this happen and being like, sorry guys, I've been handling this. This is my case right now, my jurisdiction. One sec, let me step in real quick. That was kind of my
So
idea.
gods are lawyers now.
Yes.
Sort of, yeah. Like lawyers over your souls that, so they don't get eaten by entities and demons and the like.
Wait. If gods are lawyers, then who the fuck are the judges?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Exactly.
That's a terrifying
Is
concept.
vast.
The universe is vast
The
indeed.
universe is vast.
Okay, Eros, what do you want to do?
So Eros is going to she's going to walk up and she's also gonna kneel down to have Cash's head at eye level to Mistra and say, Mistra? Oh my god, you have to get me in touch with your tailor. Please. I need to know who makes your outfits.
Priorities. You still got them straight.
I am only here for 12 seconds. Mister looks at the camera. I have to work fast.
That is your question.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry. It's just you're so hot. I just sorry. Anyway, I don't know why you're here. I unless you can the Tarrasque seems to be having a temper tantrum. Birdman is inside of its mouth. He's fine though. Is there is are you here because of me or something else? Do I can I just go deal with the Tarrasque or should I listen to you or I don't know what to do here. Normally it's me bothering you, not the other way around. Which you're not a bother. I'm just saying.
Well, I don't know how to explain this exactly to you. But fate may have found a different way. And the changes in the weave demand we acknowledge that.
I don't get it, but sure.
It is If you give me time, I can perhaps explain, but I don't know if we have time based upon this creature's demeanor. We need to calm him.
Don't worry. And Eros stands up, cracks Cash's knuckles, which probably sound like gunshots or something.
Mhm.
And as she says, I got this. And I'll walk a bit more forward. And with the link, she'll say to the Tarrasque, hey, buddy, calm down. Just breathe, relax, and we can figure out what's going on. You, me, and Birdman. Okay? But you have to calm down first. And I will roll a persuasion. And I'll also spend 3 inspiration.
Okay.
Hell yeah!
There it is.
Right. So that's
57.
57. Okay, so
Wait, it's
that
plus 20, so it's 47. Plus 20.
Okay, sorry.
If needed, I give
47.
another 3, but only if needed.
I don't think we need any more. It's a 47.
Well, I gotta do some math.
I think we're fine.
It's
You
20,
never know.
at least 20 above the DC. So, section check. Okay, so Eros. Eros, I would like you to roll a luck to help me decide a reaction here. Okay. I'm gonna say that rules in your favor for a high roll. Because I don't know. To me, the low roll, although I think Eros could manage this, doesn't help make your life any easier. So I'm not even gonna narrate what it is. I'm gonna say that Tarrasque hears a voice and he thinks it's Birdman because he doesn't understand the difference right. Because he knows Birdman is in his mouth trying to keep safe, and that awareness locks into Birdman's own telepathic consciousness to the beast. And he connects to Birdman and says, she's still alive?
No. Maybe. She could be. We could figure it out.
Could you save her?
Maybe. We could figure it out. You just gotta calm down.
Eros gains 3 momentum points with that roll. You have not stopped the Tarrasque completely, but you are more than 3/4 the way there. Tarrasque will not stomp on its next turn because it didn't, because of how much it lost, unless someone fails horribly on the next check. But for something before, but his turn will. So Eros comes forward. That mind's eye connection. Strike. Things are still happening. Nouvelle has walked forward out of her own curiosity. Leandra and the others are working, looking at their own curiosity. You don't know what Eros just did as after she cracked her knuckles. But Mistra, not Mistra, the lady, you don't know who it is, walked forward to kind of watch what Eros was doing, more or less, it seems. Do you want to do anything with your turn this time, or are you just...
Yeah, stepping forward, Kaiser picks Nouvelle up with his beak, and Stryke just says, let them handle it, don't get too close. And hops back.
But I... Well, you should help.
No! There is nothing we can do right now. Our specialty is slicing
You're
up
a
stuff.
champion
There's no slicing up going on
of
right
a
now.
god, and you can't speak to another god? Is the Tarrasque a god now? I'm so confused.
So am I. So let's not get caught up in this confusion.
Well, why?
And let Eros and Birdman handle it.
I don't think she resists the grapple by any means, but I do think there's obviously an emotion. What the fuck? And she finally pushes out of it and gets on the ground in front of you and sits on this broken tree stump a little bit and just continues to watch in awe. for what's going on. What we're witnessing the next age, she says finally.
Yes, and there's very little we can do right now. Unless you can somehow communicate with that giant thing. Because I know I can't.
Little do
Right.
they know they can.
Flim, by passing this insanity save, this is one he wanted to pass and not fail. The last one he wanted to fail for a good thing. This one he wanted to pass because if he failed, I imagine what would go on, he would just rage and wrathfully forward and be and just and probably die. So because that his sanity is in question. So I think he's going to continue to take his turn. And he will actually be conscious enough, though, with that check, I think, to take the dodge action and just kind of just like wait to see what Alitz, his leader, does. Mistra is going to walk forward. Almost like teleport forward, it looks in some ways. And
Oh, damn,
not a
she
D1,
fast.
not a D100. I meant to do a D20. Okay. Math. I want to say that she more or less walks up, teleports up to him, and like puts a hand on his chest more for that idea, and spends her turn with a persuasion check to calm him, to, you know, you're not alone. Please know that you're not alone. You're not. And Alitz will roll a sanity. That's enough. Okay. I will say that's enough for his own sanity. But I will also say with Flim's 25, I think Flim choosing not to engage is a positive momentum to this of what you guys are kind of working towards. Alitz as well choosing not to engage is kind of a positive momentum towards. So I think by this point, the Tarrasque's insight itself. I'm gonna have him with that. Do one check. Yes. Okay. And the Trask is proficient in insight because of what you guys have done. He was not so not at all. He is aware that no one wants to attack him. That no one's like there are other people here. They're trying to comfort him. All this other stuff, right? So I'm going to clear initiative. And at that point, initiative for the possibility of this intrigue of turning into a combat, I don't think is a threat any longer in the immediate sense, unless someone does something crazy. Hint, nudge, nudge. However, because of that, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but because this is that valuable of an action. Each of you gain 6 inspiration.
What the fuck?
Fuck.
As I squash my inspiration for this next part, when this happens, I narrate this as the reason why I'm giving you 18 inspiration split between the 3 of you. You were able to complete that in more than enough. And with that calmness, Mistra just poofs, goes over here, apparates a diamond in her hand for a true resurrection, goes down to Eember, and resurrects her. When that happens, lightning erupts in anger. Another comes down, but I didn't want to put a token down for this because to me, a token would make it too real. I don't know, for that idea. You see an energy source more than anything. It is not silhouetted in any form. It's just this green and yellow energy with like purple and gold specks for eyes and mouth, seemingly around it, that just kind of appears. Mistra immediately is armored, has her staff in her hand, has some sort of weapon in her opposing. What the fuck? Like, this took her for a loop. She wasn't expecting this either. And just and arms herself. And then once she takes a look at this thing, none of you can roll high enough, I think, for this to recognize it. For the immediate moment, she pauses and takes a really good look. And I'm going to have her roll Arcana check. And to that point, like, Mistra has to roll an Arcana. I just need to put that into perspective here.
I mean, yeah.
That's gotta be at least a 32. It's fucking Mistral.
Okay, so there's that 18. Yeah, okay. Yeah, she passes. She has like a
God of
plus,
magic.
she has like a plus 28 or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, I told you, at least a 32.
God of magic does Arcana check.
Yeah, but like she's confused herself, and then her staff disappears. The like sharded, like the crystal shard looking dagger disappears disappears from her hand, and the armor starts to, like, slowly disappear off her body, and she stands up to this thing, and doesn't quite complete the spell at this point. But you guys also notice at the same moment something else happens that you can't. If any of you want to roll an Arcana check, you know magic happened. If you want to roll an Arcana check to know what magic is in this moment besides what she's seeing, you can't get the DC to recognize what she sees, but you can roll a check to see what magic is being used.
I technically have to roll advantage because I'm over my cap. So
there you go.
Nice, good job, Strike.
I also have to roll advantage.
Stryke knows there's magic. Yes. But Eros.
I mean, Titan was invoked. I may have a better idea than usual, at least.
Yeah, but magic, no. Well, you rolled an advantage already, so this is a Eros. I think from maybe some story of some wizard that you heard about from the city, or say Rulian in your travels or something. Where you heard about it isn't as important. What is being done, I think, right? The transmutation spell time stop is in effect right now, but you guys aren't stopped. You are in a bubble of time stop with this thing around the Tarrasque, and anyone in the immediate area, like probably within the square mile of the Earthbind, is stopped, is in this bubble of time. Anything else like that is literally, well, you guys aren't stopped. The things around you, the time has stopped. And this thing, this entity, this energy source, has done that, as best as you can tell. Not miss.
Okay.
So this is like time stop at like a level, 15 spell version of it, sort of,
Awesome. Can arrows run up to?
You are not in combat any means, so you guys can move freely as you.
Okay, then arrows would like approach to see this energy thingy in better view. And I guess saying, what and the fuck is that?
Mistra looks back to you, almost if it's like her head just teleports to look back at you while she's still looking up at the thing at the same time. Like, it's, I think, kind of jarring as she's using some of her omnipotent powers, I imagine, here, to pay attention to this. He is the fourth Allfather.
Is the Tarrasque still crying?
Or
The Tarrasque is frozen. You realize now.
Frozen.
Yeah,
Oh
when you
shit.
ask that question. Like
I
he
guess
is.
I'm also approaching.
Yeah, you are unaffected. Nouvelle hops on. She's unaffected. I imagine some of the others follow you as well. The Earthbind is still in effect, mind you, but but so but they
So,
fourth.
what
Oh.
the fuck is
Can I
going
like
on here?
can I like slide out of his nose? Like, and just she's like I just slide out of his nose just like covered in this ooze and I'm just like, she's the sun. He got the sun.
The sun?
Yeah.
Birdman, what the fuck are you talking about?
and you
Yeah.
look down when he says that at the sun, at this light, and you see that it is frozen in time as it's in the moment of being like almost resurrected, and the light is growing, and like, there's this sense of like you all can get this. She's like, this entity believes that she was not supposed to be resurrected.
He broke the rules.
There's
He said that the lands were supposed to change, but the only thing that needed changing were these guys.
Okay. There's a son that's being cried over by the Tarrasque who thinks it killed it, and there's a fourth All-Father, meaning there was three other All-Fathers, which calls into question what the All is supposed to stand for, because that's kind of a encompassing term. So
Yeah, I'm so fucking confused. Just what the hell is going on here?
and it's you're trying to resurrect the sun, and this All-Father doesn't want that. Apparently, very pissy. Probably is on his period or something. Needs to get off the rag.
At that, a thunderous voice booms from this energy and says, "The change is needed. The new horizon must rise, and to do that, the new darkness must come."
No, she has to
Can you not interrupt? Rude!
Very rude. Also, new darkness. What the fuck did that mean?
A soul was needed for it. Four, in fact. Another sacrifice must be given to allow.
Stop being a cryptic asshole and start speaking sense.
What other clarity do you need, son of Chiton?
I mean, we could have like a beginning, a middle, and an end. You know how stories normally work? You kind of just you're at the
Yeah.
end point.
These are thousands
You're skipping a couple steps here.
and thousands of years to recount to your simple mortal mind.
Then summarize them, asshole!
Okay, then summarize it in 25 words or less.
Mistra will speak up. Maybe one of the 49. They have two there. Perhaps they can be given.
Oh,
I mean, 49 words would
well,
work
we're
too,
not
I guess.
sacrificing anybody. This is not supposed to. This is not how this is gonna go.
They cannot be
Yeah,
given. Mistra.
sacrifice yourself, you fucker!
She's got to come back, man.
Chiton already did that.
Uh,
Mortals, your brains move quicker than your souls and understand your doubts and regrets. Cash
Why don't
is
you
one of
prove
the
how great you
first
are by sacrificing yourself?
49. If I sacrifice myself, your ability to age, to change, to evolve, to have children, to have posterity dies.
wait, his in
There are
particular?
laws and rules beyond your understanding. And one of those are sacrifices have a purpose. You can not just sacrifice whatever you do. The consequences of that we have already seen as the undeath rage upon the plains.
Well, if you were to be gone, wouldn't somebody else take your position? Isn't that how gods work?
No, not really.
I mean,
No.
isn't that what happened with the god of death or something? No.
Yeah, that was that whole thing about it, wasn't there?
I mean, I was kind of a baby when that whole, change happened or whatever, so I don't really know what life was
It is
before.
because one wanted them, aware of folly. If I were to sacrifice my being now, no one other than Mistra would be aware. And Mistra does not have the power to stop this. And if I do this, the other 7, no one to balance the change, the evolution. Negation will take its place, an unending coil of darkness and death.
Oh, alright. Well, you don't know how many inspiration I have, but I do need to roll with advantage technically. And it's still a 27 because that's just
That's
how I roll.
crazy.
Oh lordy.
Reliable talent, bro. That's just how I roll. I'm assuming a passive 20. This 27 lets me know this is Jacques, right? All this change shit.
Yes.
Yeah, but
Oh,
and
okay.
so
You're
I
Jacques.
I look
Gotcha.
at this guy and I'm like, yeah, but you cheated. You knew this would happen.
You
You knew this
know,
would happen.
I think with that insight, you know that in this form because of Jock, because of Liam. Like, Liam is like the god of change can exist in more than one place at a time because of what he is. So Liam is like one version.
Liam, are you in there right now?
No.
God damn it, Liam.
Did Strike ever catch wind of
he
Liam
will-
being Jack?
Mistra will speak again and say, "These mortals have sacrificed much already to attain this. It is but a diamond by your own law, Primordial. To bring this soul back if it's willing, and she is willing. We see." And another
You know what?
sacrifice must be given.
If you need sacrifice so badly, take this damn metal bird.
Kitebar, like all his other 48 brethren, are tied to the existence of Ba'er herself. They are pieces of her soul and spirit. By killing a piece of her soul and spirit, you will break the web that sustains her.
Are you even listening to yourself? You're saying it's a piece of her spirit, so by sacrificing that piece of the spirit, it would go into her resurrection. So it would be piece of her again. No?
I don't think the sun and the Jorvians are the same. I think they're different.
She's not actually the sun, okay? He thinks she's the sun. It's like it's a complicated cycle, okay? It was supposed to be the mission.
He was never supposed to be this aware.
She was never supposed to come back. I was like, look at her, like fucking like
Exactly.
squaring up.
A wizard named Fal meddled too much with the energy plane. And
No, I mean, I gave her personal clarity. I told her, don't come back. We would find her again. She came back. She not my fault.
her destiny is to be.
We could have got
She
her
was-
destiny figured out. You owe it to her to
You
give
are
her this.
asking the sun
Destiny can
to
go fuck
stop
itself!
shining. That is what you are asking. The sun to stop shining. Mistra, please. And she goes, "My lord of change, What say you? Give some sense to these mortals.
Okay, I have a question. Why is the Tarrasque interested in the sun?
Yeah.
He's in love with her, dude. Look around. Do you see these earthquakes and stuff? He was waiting for her to come back, and I told her, "Don't come back. He's gonna shrivel you up, and you're not gonna be anymore." And she
Damn, that's a.
what am I
should
supposed
write-
to do?
I should write that down later. That would
She
make a
asked
great
the
part story.
gods, and we gave her the answer.
I mean, I kind of get it.
Yeah, I could.
It's not. It's kind of similar to reaction I would have if something of the novel. So yeah.
Hmm.
But what about her destiny? What about her finding what she needed?
Well, how about we stop talking about destiny? It's bullshit anyway. It's just a fucking suggestion box.
Not in this case, dude.
As the champion of chitin, it is ironic you say this.
I mean,
This moment that we're in right now is supposed to happen, but in a different way. In a way that doesn't
What?
need to be dark, or stormy, or cloudy, or weird, or gross.
In a different way. As I
Some-
was saying, a fucking suggestion box. No?
If we change this destiny, then someone others you do not know will also be changed. The web of your life is tied in so many different ways. Mistra will get attention to him, and, she will grab this idea of, kind of step forward, I think. They have sparked my curiosity, my Eros especially, with their questions. These developments, the small, seemingly insignificant moves of these are shaping this destiny, this prophecy that you have laid out, unbeknownst to you. I do not think any god could have predicted it, myself included. Maybe except those lost by fate, those killed by Gilcrim and Iconero. They were the only that could see into, gave them that. But now, without that insight, how are we to know that these aren't enacting these grand designs by their questions here? That this is the prophecy played out, that you laid out millennia. Designations of their own making, burgeoned beyond my own ascension. The weight is clear, Father. Change is the constant. That is all I hear from you.
excuse me, Mr. Changeling God, sir, person, thing, fart cloud. I don't know. Mr. Jacques. Here's a
The fart
question.
cloud shrugs at you.
Here is a question. What soup are you going to have tomorrow?
Oh, that's a good one.
That is a question. As he thinks on that,
Observant. It's a question.
Mistra comes forward. Guys, Eros's insight is insane. And
Okay.
she's more than enough to pick up on that one of Jock's flaws is food. So it's like
Perfect.
Like- he's obsessed with food. So as he sits down to ponder this idea of soup, Mistra comes out and says, yes, change is a constant, my liege, and so much that we cannot foresee how to be altered or mutated for itself. It evolves even now, this universe and design, without your and the other all parents. Atar, Vaughn, have ensured this. Thus I come to terms that I must convince my own brothers and sisters, and hopefully you too, who can return to where I cannot, who can yell and scream from where the mortals cannot even dream, daring to tread in primordials, high seats. Not just Valin and Vu, but also the edifices who claim omniscience, omnipresence in a way that not even the masters of the winds cannot. You, my lord, please. The fonts have a chance, the future has a chance to persist. beyond our understanding. We have to let it burgeon in mortal breath. We have to let their own breaths take it in. And we must have faith that their hearts will match the hearts of your creator, of the gods. Will you then sacrifice what they will not, Mistra? If I sacrifice the weave, what will be the consequence? I could siphon, but the demise of the fonts would speed along. The wall would be crushed, the Eldrazi released. It is through my will given to those wizards, casters, and clerics that allow them to be kept at bay. They made that deal with you millennia ago with the Dragon Lords. If not that, we must head out to the Astral Sea.
I'm still waiting on that answer.
Yeah, I won't hear anything about destiny and sacrifice from some asshole who can't even decide what soup he's gonna have tomorrow.
He holds up a finger, somehow. It looks like a finger. And he says, it is from another plane. It is made this fruit. Odd for a soup, I know, but it is quite delicious when you mix it with own coffee from this world.
Okay.
Oh, it's from another plane. You wouldn't know, right?
He casts
Typical.
Fabricate and starts to make this for
But-
you all.
But
My girlfriend is
Are
from
you
another
sh-
school. You wouldn't know her.
Now,
however,
he-
are you sure?
yes, sure,
Are you absolutely sure?
no.
Exactly. You don't know
Well, there are
what's
so
gonna
many choices of soup.
exactly. You say this one soup
I-
now, but what if in 10 minutes you want a different soup? But then
I
in
would also
another
like to
hour-
mention,
I see
Kaiten
what you're doing.
has reprimanded me once for calling you an asshole repeatedly.
Let the mortals bear this.
I'm just saying. What you want
You're
can
saying
change.
soup is like my web of life. I see.
No,
Where
I
each ingredient to the soup is essential to weather the winds and elements of change.
no, damn, for an omnipotent god, you're a fucking moron. No, I'm saying you
Hell
don't know
yeah!
you don't know what's gonna happen in the next day that could change your mind on what soup you want to eat.
You don't even know. You don't even know what soup you want to eat tomorrow. If you even want to eat soup tomorrow, maybe you
I
want a
don't know.
steak tomorrow. Who the
I
fuck
don't know.
knows?
I
You
also was
don't.
I kind of also was on the whole ingredients in the soup thing, to be honest with you. We were getting there, but I could see where he was coming from there, but I feel like now I got it.
You're saying that a change needs to happen, but what happens if partway through something comes up and you're like, oh shit, maybe that change isn't right. Maybe it's a different change that needed to happen. You don't know.
You
No,
have
no.
stumped. You have stumped a primordial god. Right? I expected it to kind of come to this position. I was like, I have a note about is someone going to bring up soup? Who might bring up soup? Okay.
Assume he's just silent for a long time.
It's obvious, like he's pensive, thinking. Not like you just get the impression he's really quiet, right? So, it is at this point that I need some checks, okay, to solidify, convince the primordial that helped write this prophecy to take an eraser to it, more or less, and allow Eember to be resurrected, allow a change that was not predicted millennia ago to occur. And for this primordial, even if he is a god of change, prophecy is something that ensures the right change happens. That there isn't the that darkness doesn't last for too long, that light has an ability to return. So by allowing this light to extinguish, we're allowing darkness to come, but then the light can return later on. By not allowing this darkness to come now, there will be consequences to this. Like, it is things that your characters probably may not participate in or foresee, but there will be consequences to this. To be sure. The next campaign might define some of these things. So, this is, I will tell you the DC so you can decide how you want to approach this. I need one persuasion check.
I got
Okay. I need a religion or nature check
that.
because he is a nature
I got
nature
that.
deity. Okay. And then the other check is
Jumping jacks.
I'm not
Push-ups.
I'm not quite sure what it needs to be. My initial note was Arcana, but now that I think about that more, I don't think Arcana matters as much to this. So I will leave the third check open to something. This is not strength or dexterity based. Sorry.
Intimidation with charisma. Intimidation with charisma.
Like, yeah, you definitely could argue intimidation. I'll leave the third check open, but I do need a religion or nature and a persuasion check, and then a third check of your. You can tag in NPCs to give you advantage. Mistra has given her due sense. This is basically by Mistra giving her speech or knowing this, having another god here has reinforced your argument to even allow to be a possibility. I meant to tell you the DC. So the DC is 30.
30?
30.
Bruh.
Then
I
I
have-
spent an inspiration to break even and get a
Is
30.
it 3 to get a plus 20?
Yeah,
So you get 2
Three-
inspiration
Yes.
back, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, you just need to get a 30, so you only need to spend 1 to break the tie.
Oh, that's right. I spend 1 to break the tie. Or to get it up
Okay.
to a 30, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, to get it to a 30, that's what I meant.
Yeah. I have to do that. I'm gonna third.
I'll just I feel like I'll make this. Yeah, I just spent a
So-
spy die, so I hit it exactly.
10 inspiration before, now I got 8 with the 29 and breaking it.
All right.
We each get 30 exactly.
We all got 30 exactly.
Amazing, isn't it?
Holy shit.
Wait, 30. 3 of OG3.
OG3.
OG free! OG free! OG free!
We all like
Okay,
look at each other at the same time, like, oh shit.
Oh, should look at the camera.
All 3 of us look at the camera. Oh shit.
Okay. So
Even Cash and Kaipa look at the camera all on their own somehow.
the time stop begins to unravel slowly about you. Just feel shifts happen, sand settle, wind starts to slowly pick up again. The sounds in the distance start to echo as it slowly kind of dissipates. And there is another barometric pressure shift, I imagine, but kind of in the opposite sense as the clouds open to the sky. And when that happens, the jock energy source, if you will, disappears. But not before it kind of whimsically dances around you all before it focuses in on Eember and then wafts up the Tarrasque's face and nose, dragging down his back, spinning kind of haphazardly around each spine and finger and tail, down all the tail as it goes around. like in circles all around you, but it's definitely focused. And the Tarrasque as this golden energy kind of takes form. And Eember, as the time resituates itself, the true resurrection takes effect and she rises and as she stands, she is no long like her form takes more of a medium build instead of the tiny fairy looking thing almost. And her energy that was so violent before token, this just exasperating fire and water and wind, these molten earth structures that make up kind of the center organs and part of her bone, they solidify and smooth out and become more like skin and actual organs and mortal, like accents. And for all intents and purposes, she turns into a non-denominational genasi. Like she's a mix between earth, fire, wind, but she is a genasi.
She's a fucking arbiter.
As she turns into those things. And in the same capacity, the Tarrasque starts to
Oh,
Tiny.
Oh my god.
and when
Is it intentional?
he lands on there, right? He is, for all intents and purposes, a mixture of that token. I will draw your attention to the Discord chat. A mixture of that token, but like Earth Genasi-esque. Like some elements of rocks and metals and things that kind of take over his skin and stuff like that. And he takes the form of, for lack of a better way to put it, a mortal creature. He is obviously the Tarrasque. Anyone that saw him would be like, "What the fuck, strange dragonborn are you?"
He's so handsome.
But there is that kind of element as he takes down, and the time stop is gone by this point, and he rises and looks up at Eve, and I was obsessed with Beauty and the Beast when I was younger, and that element of Beauty and the Beast, they like embrace and kiss and like circle around each other and hold each other, and they have hands that they can each speak, and he has a voice, and he doesn't sound like a little kid anymore. He's just like, well, and he sounds like a normal dragonborn or squamata or something, as best as you can tell. And they're gonna skip and look around at each other and then look at all, and Mistra says, "I wish I could stay longer," and she's just gone. As they just like her magic can only keep her there for that long before she's poof. And the Tarrasque is sort of still the Tarrasque, I'm gonna say, in essence of like previous conversations that we had. And Eember is sort of still Eember, but they're now like the equivalent to like, instead of like edifices of this destiny, they are just, which sounds really ironic and funny to say, but they are just like legendary mobs for a future person to deal with. That could possibly get killed, could possibly die now, could possibly, because of that. They're no longer these things that necessarily exist in the same way in the world, right? So he looks over to everyone and he doesn't speak first. I think it'd be Eember, as she was dead. Thank you. The idea of something else happens here, in that you guys see next to you a let me look at my map. I lost my- What did I do with that? Something about that. Okay. Nevertheless, Yeah, I'm gonna just leave it at that because I can't remember where my note was. I know I had
What?
another note, but I don't know where it is.
Well,
Fuck.
So- The Tarrasque
Well-
comes up to you and grabs you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Eros would definitely walk over to Birdman, unfazed by his disgustingness, and just put her arm around his shoulder, and then like poke at the scales on his cheek, saying, "Well, you really did actually manage to do it, whatever it is." Birdman.
How? How's your sex life? I don't know. What's happening?
Well,
What's
my
happening?
Well, my
no, that's
sex
a
life is-
callback.
well, my sex life is good. Their
How's your
sex
sex
life
life?
seems to just be starting.
How's your sex life?
Yeah,
Brian?
come on. What?
Oh, Brian. It's been a while,
did-
hasn't it?
Even.
So what's up, son? And
Yes, I'm Steven.
Gojira?
How does this work?
Oh,
Who?
you.
Eember says.
Eros points at Eember, but she doesn't know her name. Son.
Oh.
And then points at the Tarrasque. Gojira.
What are your names?
I'm
I'm Stryke. This is Eros. This is Birdman.
I am Eember. And this is. And she realizes he doesn't have a name.
It's Gojira.
And he looks at his brain is processed said there obviously. I am Gojira. And he grabs Eros by the shoulder, lifts her up, and says, "Yes." And he kisses her on the forehead as he brings her in close and then lifts her up again. Gojira!
I like this guy.
Be
Very.
careful, he is the most powerful beast in all the realms.
Yeah, I can kind of feel it.
He's
I
also a very
like
fun
look at
guy.
Strike like I know you want to find him, but yeah, no, he will fuck you up.
I am strong.
I don't want to fight him. He's fun.
You sort of strong.
Yeah, Strike, your hugs don't compare. Wow, that is really intense. As she rubs her
I'll
shoulders.
take it as a compliment from the strongest being known to man. And Animaesus and elves, and you get the idea.
Yes, me strong being. Oh my goodness. I'm hungry.
Oh shit.
Hmm.
Yes.
I don't-
Is that what this pang is?
Yes.
Well,
You've never
we
been
should
hungry
eat-
before?
We
I
should
can
eat something.
I can start the cooking fire if Birdman goes and hunts some food down.
Yeah. But you know what?
Nanui and the other
Let's go
animes
for a walk.
are all
Let's take it.
have all surrounded you by this point. The look of shock and awe on their faces. See this celestial event. But the beast is gone.
No, he's right here.
It's right here.
Strike points at Nunui and says, "You fucking asshole!"
I don't know what you're talking about.
You don't remember?
Suplex!
You don't
What?
remember selling out the Lapids to get trampled on by the dwarves? Damn, and I thought turtles had good memories.
That's what making us go to war, you fucker!
Immovable.
Movable.
He goes in a shell.
Yeah, I'm just doing it again. I have permanent advantage thanks to
Just keep
Aura of War.
Okay. Strike, I need an insight check.
You can't move for 1 minute.
Okay. That's not what I'm going to talk about for those other things. You could do that. I'm fine if you want to do that. With a 28, I just let you know that if you do another athletics check, we're rolling initiative and you're fighting all three of them because they will protect Nanui with their life.
Okay, then might not do it again. I'm not trying to start another war. I'm just trying to get my point across that fuck you.
There were decisions made, but not by me. Aelitz stands forward and says, none of you have been to the south.
Okay, and
What's your point?
There were movements that demanded attention when we understood the beast was...
Shut up! Have you fought a fucking war against the dwarves and their fucking mecha machines? One of which we have plundered, by the way. Two, actually.
The
No,
war
three.
still continues. What we have seen so far, I think, is nothing more than their initial invasion force. There will be more.
yeah, and guess what? It only took a few of us to really take out a large chunk of them. Meanwhile,
Doesn't change the fact that the turtle asshole is responsible for nearly eradicating all the fucking leopards if we hadn't been there.
The Lapids we did not think had a chance, but you had been there, as you said. That is a
And if we
different
hadn't
tale.
been, would anything have changed on your part? Didn't
No.
fucking think so, bitch.
not even about them having a chance or not. You weren't even going to let them leave. You just lied. You said they could just, the dwarves would just walk right on through and wouldn't bother the Lappets at all. And we both know that's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, was gonna say, you knew what the dwarves were like. They don't leave survivors in their wake. They don't.
Okay, I feel a little out of the loop here. What's going on?
Oh, a bunch of dwarves attacked there's this
You know
Lappet
these guys?
Billy. Well, we know they're walkers. We know that much.
What they are?
The turtle hair? Yeah, that guy. He told the king of the Lapids, who happens to be a woman, which is weird, don't know why, but the king of the Lapids, he told her that the dwarves were just gonna walk through the Lapid lands and not do anything. But that was a bullshit lie, because dwarves were already sending fucking cyclopses or orgurs or what the fuck ever to destroy villages and shit. And they sent three dwarvians like Cash towards the Lapids to attack.
You don't want to know what we have seen, what we have witnessed in the wake of
Are
those
you ready to
cyclones.
listen instead of bark at us?
I don't know, you ready to stop being a bitch?
I will take that
You
as
have
a...
one chance to speak.
You've had your chance. They walk away.
Well, don't. Fuck you.
Meh, whatever.
The other walkers, including Leandra, and they go over here and start to sit up over here and rest and get a talk. They obviously do not want to speak to you three. Maybe Birdman, but with how violent Strike was, and then with how agreeable Eros was to what Strike was saying, you all get the impression they will not speak to you again unless a different stance is taken with how you want to approach that conversation. They're done. So they're going to rest, and then they're probably going to move on away from you all. And
You're playing
Leandra,
dirty.
you
You're
get the
putting my
impression...
daughter in there.
Yeah, and she will definitely join them because they represent Animaesus, and your argument is confusing. Because she doesn't understand everything that you saw, and you're just barking. There's no explanations. That was just an argument of yelling. So she's going to the thing that makes sense. Aelitz is the hero of Animaesus. So she's following him. So the Tarrasque and Eember are just sitting back. Well, that just happened.
Yeah.
For things. Nouvelle
Okay.
finally walks forward and just says, "Whew, I was hoping someone was gonna bite someone else. I had I had my 10 gold out." She puts it away.
You really still want to fight people after all of that bullshit that we just witnessed?
No, I was gonna bet with you and Eros on how
Ah.
Strike was gonna kick all their asses, but
I don't know. As much as I'd like to see those guys get their asses kicked, I don't think it's the right time. I think they'll get what's coming to them soon, though.
well, they did do what you say, but
I don't doubt it. But
there is
What
an
kind of
element.
check would I have to make sure false pride doesn't get in the way?
pissing them off doesn't make it better. Let's
False
just
pride doesn't get in the way. That definitely sounds like a wisdom save.
A save. Okay.
Yeah. Woo.
Well, why is it not rolling?
Hmm.
There we go. I feel like an 18 is high enough to accept that he got a little too impulsive and approached him in a little bit more, in a not exactly friendlier manner, but more cordial at least. And of course, you get one inspiration back because I was still at 8.
Honestly, I really, I don't even care what they have to say. The only thing they did was what? Immediately kowtow. Didn't even try to do anything. Just bend over, take it from behind. All I care, they're cowards.
Well, after a while, his drug approaches and goes, "Alright, I admit, I may have let it fester. I may have been a little too impulsive. And I didn't even try to see your side of things. So, if you're still willing to share your perspective, then I will listen with an open ear."
and then I think on the side of you you see like this sludge. I guess is appear next, and I'll mediate because I don't trust him, and I have to talk to you guys anyway.
You don't trust him or you don't trust me?
Well,
Both, probably. Both.
Nanui feels
I'm so-
slightly more comforted at that. He's about to speak because Birdman came forward, but Aelitz the Panther steps forward first, and I use your instincts and listen. Yes, our actions impulsive. Yes, but we had not the knowledge you do. We saw an army of 3,000 plus, reinforced with Cyclops raiders, armored in dwarven armor themselves, and then 4, 5, 6 primordials.
May I throw in a question at this point?
No, you need to listen, you impatient barbarian.
That's rude, but I just asked, but okay. Continue.
Flim, Nonoi, and I, with maybe 2 others, represent the strongest force willing in these western lands to go to the army. I am the most powerful bard in these lands. Flim, the strongest warrior. Nanui, a cleric renowned across the continent. and they nearly killed us. If not for my desperate pleas of sanctity of life, of a promise for something else, we three would have been given as food. But then red dragons arrived, caused its own destruction. Thankfully enough, we used that to escape. We were outnumbered, outgunned, no possible way. And you want to say that us letting them pass, hoping that we could go to the Lapids, that they could take the own chance to not fight them because they nearly killed us, to save lives. Had we had known had you had been aware instead of on your own fucking adventure, of saving your own fucking friends and not caring about these lands, you might have been aware that we had nothing but to let them pass and hope they didn't kill. And yes, they did. And thankfully, others rose up like yourself. Thankfully, your pride to your people mattered more than your pride to yourself. That is all I have to say about this. You may ask your question and then leave.
My question is simple. Did you genuinely believe the dwarves would simply pass through?
They promised. What could we do? Accept the promise or accept our death?
Oh,
I see your point, which I didn't see before. I apologize for my impulsiveness.
to because I'm using Eros is using clairvoyance to listen from a distance. And for a brief second, Minuri, Aelitz, and Flynn gain a telepathic connection. And Eros says, only you could have let everyone evacuate. And then she disconnects it right afterwards.
I don't think Aelitz knows what to say in the immediate moment with that, but Nanui, hearing that in his mind's eye, will kind of say aloud to the group, assuming it's from Birdman or Strike by this point, not really understanding, I think, the idea of this, that it's from Eros. I tried. I was not successful, and I was hopeful for a different outcome. I scoffed at the idea that you, Eros, would even have a chance. But then you brought more Sylvan, more wizards, and I witnessed things that will spawn into their own legend.
I will admit, we had far more luck than we had sense.
You get the impression there's a rift right now between Nanui and the other about this statement in their mind's eye of you could have warned them and things like that. It's obviously something that's like important here, but to them at least for this interaction. Nevertheless, you definitely get the impression that they are going to take a short and then leave pretty promptly thereafter, and start to spread the word for things. There was something mentioned about the South. You hear a little bit of conversation of that in Sylvan between Flim and a couple of the others about Flim and Cherthiz heading south to do some more scouting into the mountains over the next couple days. But that'd be the gist, unless you guys want to push your presence further, I guess, in some ways.
Birdman,
Yeah.
you wanna add something to that?
Nope, you heard him. Uh,
Then I guess we're done. Yeah.
just you know, I want to know if we're done here, kind of too. I mean, I'm not gonna hold you guys up or anything, like, but it cosmic event, you know. So
Nanui and Sylvan basically says a prayer to kind of bless the shadow, and Alitz at that echoes kind of above it. My good friend Birdman, you have proved your worth and understanding. I hope the people will be ready.
Oh.
What your friends were not prepared to listen to moments before. You can get an impression of fear in his voice that he's trying to hide, but he's struggling with it.
are you afraid of something?
And his voice kind of cracks a little bit. They were the initial invading force, 3,000. 3,000 strong, and the Animaesus have at best a few hundred in one or two militias ready to bear. Not knowing we had legends willing to face off this army. But are legends enough versus 5 times that? 6 times that?
So, what about all that stuff that Amu did? Did you think that Amu was gonna do it?
Who the hell is Amo?
Don't ask any questions. Just I got this. I think the skin quote
fucking
like
try.
grabs you.
Litz and the others aren't aware of it. These walkers aren't aware of what the other walkers almost with were, but these guys aren't aware of the walkers.
There are groups of you that believe in one thing and groups of you that believe in different things. Like there's another force, walkers of you helping my friends do the same thing that these other friends are doing. Are you not all one collective group?
The city assault has ensured that to be very difficult.
There is no more city assault.
Exactly. Perhaps now we can be. 6 times 4,000. Ready to bear in the south is what they told us. Over 20 to 30,000 dwarves marching in our lands. With the same intent. The same weapons to bear. God knows how many other primordials we have. Eros knows they don't. Just so you know. Because Eros' research on the primordials, she would know that they have 7, and that's what they have. Because that's just what there is. The number 49 was shared earlier, but there are 49 of these in total.
Which means 7
things like
continents.
Yes. There's
Well, and you guys
basically
have 3 of them and banished one. Or
Mhm. We
Mhm.
obtained we obtained 2 from their forces, banished 1. So they only have 4 left.
well, and then we also have what Cash? You have Cash and Kelly.
no, they have 3 left because you gave the snake to the Lapid Queen.
Yeah,
No,
and
that's
the
what I was
Snake
kinda
Lady has
for.
the Lapids, but altogether, you guys have collected what, like 5 of the 7 of them, basically.
'Cause
Let's not forget the one
oh, right,
banished
the
to the
monkey.
abyss.
Right, the monkey.
Yeah, you
The
guys have
mon-
the monkey too.
Yes, Sarah
Yeah,
has
so they
the
only
monkey.
have 3. Yeah.
And the monkey's now on a different continent.
Which
Well-
Eros would have already explained it Strike would know because Eros would definitely have explained it to everyone. Like there's only 7 on each continent.
Actually, do we know one of them had been banished to the abyss? Did
Yes.
Horgolov ever come back and
Yes.
tell us?
Yes. Yes.
I don't see why he
Okay.
wouldn't have told you.
No, it's stuck there.
Then
I
we do
remember.
know. Yeah.
No, I
So
don't see why he wouldn't have told
so Strike would know that they only
Okay.
have 3 primordials. Strike would know
you.
that.
So, do one of you vocalize this to the Walker leadership?
No, they only have 2, don't they? Because we gave the other. I
Mm,
guess the one that's
the-
not, unless you're counting the one that's
the-
banished.
the monkey
Uh,
we have okay,
yeah.
okay. We have the monkey. We got
Monkey,
the bird. We
Bird,
got the snake.
Cash.
Mine.
Yeah,
got-
Cash, the snake.
The-
Well, Cash isn't
Snake
one.
is with the
Cash
leopard
isn't one of the
queen.
dwarves.
Cash,
Oh,
Cash,
okay.
Cash is our continent. Cash is our continent. The
Oh, okay.
the
They have a
panther
different
was
one.
banished.
Oh, yeah.
The panther was banished, so they only have 3 left. The
Oh,
3
okay.
we
I
saw.
thought Cash was in theirs. So no, I guess not.
No, no,
Yeah.
no. The 3 that Amu and fuck, I don't know why I forgot Greek other characters' names, but
Amu
that
and
they were
Tenebris,
fighting.
yeah.
Tenebris, yeah, that they were fighting are the only ones they have.
Oh, and
So-
those are like getting well.
Those are fine. Those are fine for all intents and purposes. But Strike would know. They only have
There's
3
a
left.
stalemate right now between those going on because
Yeah.
which is something that kind of is involved in one of the epilogues, but yes, the dwarves that weren't finished off by Amu's group that are still being guerrilla warfared and whatnot by the Animaeus the north. There are those 3 primordials, and then they have Amu would be aware of with Tenebris and stuff. They have a 4th one that's not one of the primordials. Something they made. It's one of their like constructs they made with their own technology, as well. So there's that. So there's the idea that I guess loosely they could make their own, but they're not a primordial on the same, power level, so to speak.
All I'm saying is you guys are fighting the same war on different fronts. And you guys took a chance and it didn't work out.
They only have 3 primordials left as Eros walks up. 3 of them
Well-
there's only 7 on each continent. 3 of them we captured. 1 we sent to the abyss. So they should only have 3 remaining. I have access to 1 from our continent. And someone
And
else
what is
has
with the leopard king or queen or whatever?
from our continent. I have Cash. There's also someone of the Lupin who obtained 1 as well. There are 5 more primordials remaining. One of them is in the Testadine lands. They
The
won't
other 4, you have no idea.
don't know where any of the other ones are, but they do have a connection to each other in some regards. So if you can find the one in the Testadine lands, you could possibly find the others. In
Yeah,
order to
You've done it
utilize,
before.
in
You
order
can
to,
use 3 of them to triangulate.
in order to utilize them well, you'll need a sending spell, and you'll need to absorb magic. The quickest way would be sacrificing the life of an actual mage. The slower way would be using magical weapons. The more powerful they are.
saying there are 5 others on this plane that we could take into our own
Yes, on this very continent of ours, on our home.
oppose this 20,000 that comes at us?
Yep. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Eros, how many did we kill with just cash on our side?
With Cash alone, they didn't even get through my first layer of defense.
Didn't Sarah use some really high level wizard shit to get us into what is essentially a cage match?
He used a force cage. From what he said, from the way that he recounted it, or was it a prismatic cage? That's what he called it. Mm.
Oh.
But that was just killing their leaders. That had nothing to do with the primordials themselves. But-
Right, we're after leaders.
I
Okay.
I told you, Aelid, there would be others. We should not have waited as long as we did. It nearly cost us everything. It still might. It still might. Nanui, you will lead me to your homeland, and we will find this other primordial and bear it to the south so that we can face and redeem our honor. Nanui has that look like he's going to oppose him because what he's asking, you guys loosely know by your time with Trillo, is not something you ask a Testadine. It's just like like a Testadine can agree to do it, but like a Testadine's technically going against their entire traditional culture by, especially because of what the city assault did to their homeland 300 years ago. They're kind of very isolationists in a way. So.
Question: would I have to make some kind of check to figure out if Nui himself was leading the dwarves through the Leopardlands, or if he was pressured by that fucker to do so?
Based upon what was just said, yeah.
So a check or no?
Yeah, you can roll an insight check. That makes sense. Or investigation.
Okay. Insight or investigate? Insight. Insight is a +10, so we. 15. Not really good.
15's enough for you to pick up on the idea that Aelitz is very uncomfortable by what Nanui is suggesting here. I think you kind of get the impression that Nanui was trying to play the double-edged sword and he lost. Yes, he was leading the door, but he was also trying to warn people at the same time. So, did he do the best thing? No, but he was hoping that he could give them enough warning so people could make a decision. He was just not hoping the decision was stand and fight. He was hoping people would run away and more people would survive, but he also didn't expect, a wizard, a bard, a strike, and all these other people.
He pulled a strike and was just more subtle about it, wasn't he?
Yeah. Like you guys show, like literally, it's like happenstance, fate, whatever you want to call it. Like you guys showed up where you weren't supposed to be, something that wasn't supposed to happen. So Nanui was trying to warn people, but he had the job given the, so he was.
Look, I
Bloody
am.
hell. This is getting more and more complicated.
Look, I get it. Being at your wits' end, not knowing what to do, feeling like knowing that your actions doomed the people you wanted to protect. I get that. Probably more so than anyone else here. But don't put your pride above your people.
You were not trained in a traditional bard college.
No, I had a better teacher.
We will travel south. That is our plan. Now that we know peace has been brought to the northern lands, at least in part by the beasts being pacified. You guys look over as Nouvelle is just watching over the two to make sure they don't run away, but really she's like covering her face as they're all over each other, like or sucking face and stuff like that. And you guys are just like, this is the wrong time for that, but they don't care.
They're just too fucking cute, aren't they?
And Nouvelle is just like,
He's just standing in the corner while they're making out is crazy.
yeah,
Just like,
I'm just-
y'all walked away at the wrong time.
Nouvelle just keeps throwing a rock over her shoulder just to ensure that they're, remember people are nearby. Keep, nevertheless, looking over there, Aelitz, Nanui, the other walkers, they're all just like,
pacified is a word you could use for it.
yeah, in a way, like the situation that they were most worried about of the dwarves, siphoning the beast. There was the element that they represent this subgroup within the walkers that they wanted to end the Tarrasque. The Tarrasque has destroyed their people, has destroyed these lands, has turned it into such not what it was before in so many ways, but what it was before wasn't that happy anyways. They just never had a chance to grow away from the Hod, the tower, and because the city assault and kind of evolve into their own country, and now there's kind of a chance to have that happen in a lot of ways. But there is still the threat that they have to deal with of the dwarves that haven't been fully taken care of. But I will say, as a DM, with these three legendary characters now more involved on that part of the story, I do think there will be more. What's the word? Completion of the quest, so to speak.
Eros would say as well. Right. So I was never able to do this. I only got a vague sense of how to locate the other primordials, but you need 3 primordials to triangulate where the others are. At least a sense of it. I'm sure with 2, my time fighting for this place is done. I can't keep doing it. So, as a way to show that I do care about this land that has been my home for so long, you guys can take cash with you. And then if you go meet up with the Lupins after you obtain the primordial in the test that I'm in, you'll have 3, and you can better locate the last 4. And I'll teach you all about what you need to do in order to bind to one of them as well.
You would give up this power. Why?
Eros, are you certain about that? You do realize the kind of effect that taking control over one of those constructs have, don't you?
Eros looks up into the sky and thinks about and just takes note of how clear it is compared to the smog of the city and flashes back to the underground chamber where Cash used to be and remembering fuck, why is my brain is so fucky. Why am I not remembering her name right now? I can just But Roxana.
Roxana?
Yeah, and
yeah.
she remembers Roxana looking not too good, not too great, while she was in the quote unquote care of the 12th house. And she says, I took cash on a whim to save Roxana. I didn't really take cash because I wanted to take cash. Besides, I don't plan to stay here forever, and it should be in its home, fighting for its home. So, not having cash isn't going to be a giant worry for me.
Come to think of it, Leandra, how would you like to pilot a Jovian?
Leandra, who's just been like an audience member so far, all of a sudden brought into the big person circle as the attention's brought to her. Um, Definitely the youngest of everyone in this group, to be sure. She isn't quite sure what to say. You have that look of determination on her face that kind of solidifies that she should say yes, but she turns towards the other walker and looks at them for a moment and then looks at Alit before she answers, and Alit kind of nods towards, like, reaffirms some things. And she says, for the good of our people.
Then I believe it is time for me to show you how to pilot Kuiper. For, let's be honest here, you could probably make better use of him than I can. I don't really know how to fly.
Where
He doesn't either.
are you going?
There's another continent that we found. One where dragons fly through the sky freely, and no one's scared at all about it.
You jest.
No, seriously.
Wait, dragons? Wait, you mean the dragon on the lands? But yeah, okay, but you mean other than Voldemort? There are many more.
Strike, were you? Did you lose your memory after fucking smoking that dragon goop weed?
Maybe I was reading a lot about catapults and trebuchets. Okay.
There was literally like 10 of them during that like last night we were there, just flying around, getting drunk or whatever on sadness.
I just bought a white one and I saw a really cool silver one, and that's about it.
Wow, you really did lose your fucking memory. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of them, quite a few. I mean, it seems like some shit was going down, but regardless, it just looks like a fun new land to explore. That's all. I'm
Well, Strike, you're going to leave? Leandra asks desperately.
Your brothers and sister are there, waiting.
That's not the answer she wants to hear. She waits for Strike. Are you there, Green? Are you thinking?
Why don't we, you know, stay and fight alongside them.
Who are you saying that to?
Eros,
Oh, okay. I'll let Eros.
after
And
all,
Leanne-
it is
Leandra
what I held a
looks-
grudge against the Nui for.
Yeah.
For simply
Leandra
leading
looks-
the dwarves against the leopards, and now we're just going to leave? I can't
All of a
just be a fucking
sudden,
hypocrite.
Nouvelle is over here, and she says, "I put a blanket over them and told them to move behind. I hope this is okay."
Oh
She
right.
asks.
Oh God. I'm thinking it was like it pulls me off in a direction. Like oh yeah.
A
Exhilarating.
blanket? That's a lot less subtle than when you cast the darkness over us.
Eros like would barely look over her shoulder.
Yeah.
She would see it and like just shrug, as like I've seen that 1,000 times. I don't know why you all are acting so surprised type of look. And she just rubs the back of her neck and says, "Strike, I'm not a hero. I'm not the one to save. I I don't with the Lapids, it was a lot, and I think I was lost in the moment, and that just the memories of my past, they got a hold of me, and there was a lot of adrenaline that pushed me through it, but I can't
You
put
tried to make a difference where you could. Is that what it is?
I tried to make a difference thinking it would change something about the past. I mean, I'm glad, but the nightmares are still there, and they don't go away. So I can't. This is giving them cash is the best that I can do now. I'm not like you. I'm not a fighter.
That's okay. Would you like a hug?
Yes. Yes, I would.
And Strike hugs her. Like, kind of tightly, but not too tightly. More like a brother with a sister in a heavy moment.
And of course, Eros nuzzles all into his fur.
You understand why I have to stay, don't you?
Of course I do. I'm not gonna stop you. It was the same thing with Birdman, remember? Even if it's not what I want, I'm not gonna stop you from doing what you want. Besides, someone needs to protect the kids from Roxana's cooking. That'll be me.
You definitely do.
But
If the Emperor stays and fights against the dwarves, with Kuiper or without, I'm staying. I'm not letting my little girl fight against them without my aid.
and then Eros looks over at Birdman dealing with the two horny
Birdman,
teenagers.
what do you do?
It's like I think I just like walk up and just like, hey.
There's giggling under a blanket that was given by Nouvelle.
I throw this blanket off.
There's more giggling. And then they both look up to you and be like,
Hey.
hey, uh, the Tarrasque grabs at his neck where he has a couple hickeys and
I leave you for 4 days and this is what happens, huh?
well, um, yeah, he doesn't know what to say. Eember's like, well, yes.
I have a different conversation with you. You're in
Uh,
so much trouble.
why? What did I do?
You were supposed to not be here. I'm glad you're here.
Yes, but I
Not the
am
most
here.
trouble.
Whose
you guys
stand
could've got
are
in.
you, Birdman? Whose stand are you?
Well, I'm glad I came back. Right? You
I'm
know,
glad you
things
came
worked
back too,
out.
but now I don't know what the fuck to do now.
Well, come with us.
Come with you.
Well, yeah, we're going to go. Uh, I don't want to be puppy again, but maybe we go to other place where I
Oh.
could be puppy, but not puppy.
Oh. That sounds nice.
Eember is really confused, obviously.
He's talking about the Feywild.
Oh, you went to the fit? Yes, it's strange place. It turned me into puppy. I
He was
was
small.
and we got nearly killed by man in mask.
He ate
But
me.
he did not eat you. I eat you.
He ate me.
Yes. You. How is he alive? I don't know.
He ate me. And I'm alive.
What? You turned from Little Let's Berry and Cream to fucking Slavic.
So the
It hurt. It sucked.
the boy that loves Creeb is his mind's eye voice, not his actual voice.
So now he's fucking Boris.
Yes. Well, yeah. We go and explore far and wide. Bring friends with. We bring him, points at Cash, bring him, points at Kiteba. He'll bring other people too.
Oh, no, we can't bring them. I gotta go find out what's up with these guys. We can go, but I gotta
Okay.
go say goodbye again.
Why?
Because
Why can't they come?
I don't know. I gotta ask.
Lady's really nice, right? We got the other lady who gave us blanket. Is she nice? Right? Other guy there, he fluffy fur, right? He seems nice. Other guys, I don't know. They can come if they want.
No, they'll be off. Absolutely not. They'll be gone. Yeah, let me go ask. Don't get a room.
Oh, we wait until we do ceremony under God.
Get a room. Like, where's my wait? Are you gonna wait? I have a question. Are you gonna reimburse me an apartment?
I think it's still.
Or can I still go in? That's weird.
Birdman, don't you want to
you
find out?
Can you still?
Yeah, he does.
I like
Birdman,
try
what
to
do you-
walk into him like hold your hands out, don't move. And I walk through him.
He
I walk
holds
through
his
him like
hands out, confused, and
I
you
walk
like
through him like
walk
a
up to
ghost.
him, and the tendrils on your skin quilt grab around his wrists, and you not like your legs because of the skin quilt force you to walk backwards instead of forwards and turn into a slingshot, more or less. And you slingshot into him. He's like, "Whoa!" And he's not. He's like, he thinks he's hit by you, and then there's weird Jello effect that happens. Merge for a second, and somehow you shrink, and you're inside the Tarrasque.
Whoa.
And and you like it kind of looks like it looked before, but you're not sure. Like the thing that's going on here, guys, is the Tarrasque now is his own demi. So,
Oh my god.
Oh my god!
like you're actually normal size, but you're
Whoa.
normal size. So like it's one of those things where it's not supposed to make sense. It's magic. Okay. So you all on the over there witness Birdman basically get eaten again.
Fucking damn it.
But-
I imagine he does it like a snake too. He just opens his big ass mouth and just
as you slingshot. And like, yeah, somehow Birdman gets eaten, and you find your way through the esophagus.
Birdman de-evolved to Mouse Man.
Hop down the little lung, cavity, and find your
Whoa.
apartment, and it's in there, and it's it needs a good cleaning,
man.
but there's some weird sludge that got in here
Eh,
from some weird transitions that happened.
With the psychic connection still established, Eros would just casually be like, "You good in there?"
Yeah. Do I feel like I'm swimming or do I feel like I'm just walking?
You feel like
I'm
you're
just
walking.
oh man.
Yeah.
I just jumped through his lung like wee.
There's
How
a
do I get out?
weird before you can answer that, there's this weird effect that happens. Oh gosh, you give me time to think about these things.
Oh no.
Eember is all of a sudden next to you.
Hi.
As like there's like a bright light and she's just there. And she's like, whoa, okay. And then the Tarrasque is just like walking over to the rest of the group with just, himself going over to the rest of the group. So who join us in other place where I be dog but not dog?
Birdman, that's
Birdman's already ready. He's waiting for me to make the fart.
telepathically. Birdman, dog but not dog. The fuck is what the fuck is Gojira talking about?
I don't know, I'm bubbling. Hold on. I say you can't hear me, you can't feel me bubbling right now.
Okay,
Eember will just like flash out of him, and say, Birdman, you can come out whenever you want. You just hear that in your head somehow, Birdman. You're not even like it doesn't sound like you're looking through a body. If and
I swim out.
you go to a wall and you start to swim out, and all of a sudden there's like this weird slingshot like vomit thing out of like the Tarrasque as he like pukes in the air, but there's no puke. It's just Birdman that just just like the skin quilt turns into a small little parachute to like set you down gently on the ground.
Hey. Oh, I'm small when I come out.
No, you grow in size as you get to the.
Okay.
It feels really weird. Like you feel like you've been, vomited out. Like it's
again.
it's
I'm
not a
somehow
pleasant
cleaner than
experience.
when I went. I'm somehow cleaner than when I went in.
Yeah,
It's like,
some of the grime and stuff has been wiped away in the process.
oh God.
Eember was like,
You
well,
gotta stop doing that, man.
we are going to travel the plains, and we ask for any that would like to join us. Yeah, maybe you turn in dog too. It could be fun, he says.
Well, having a fluffy tail does sound cool. Not gonna lie.
See, it was cool.
A lot of
My
French in
fluffy
there, though.
tail can shoot spines.
Can you give us like?
I'm staying with my daughter.
Aw,
Can you give us like 20 minutes so I can help these guys with one last thing?
yes. Okay, let's go. He doesn't understand what 20 minutes.
Okay,
Like,
I can tell you don't. Okay, you're not that smart. I can tell you don't know what.
You just see Birdman like put his head up. It's okay. He doesn't.
Should the
care.
Tarrasque have like
Okay.
at least 12
And
intro
with
by now?
the telepathic bond that's still attached to the to Gojira, she flashes in his mind a clock that will count down. Not it won't be like 20 minutes. It won't be like minutes, seconds.
Ooh,
It'll just be
what's that?
seconds.
Is that a pie? I want a pie.
No,
No, that's not a pie. What is that?
that is a timer. That is how long 20
Ooh.
minutes are. Once it
Ooh.
hits 0, then 20
Okay.
minutes will have passed.
So what do I do? What do I do? Do I eat it?
No, you
Come on,
just
let me eat it. Let me eat it. It looks like it tastes good.
no, you can't. You can't eat time. I think actually, maybe
Greatest
you
beast in
can.
all the realms.
Actually,
Says
maybe
what?
you probably can eat time at some
See,
point.
see, anything's possible. We just defied
But-
destiny.
But this is not time itself. This is a representation of time.
Ooh. Okay, what do we do?
You just do literally anything but leave while
Okay.
that number is
Okay.
not 0.
Okay. Is it 0 yet?
Can we wait? Can we appreciate how even Gojira understands? We just kicked Destiny
Okay,
into
look.
its cosmic nuts.
So this
Yeah.
is the timer counting down, and she pops up another number. She pops up 0, and this is 0. When these two are the exact same
Ooh.
thing, then we can go.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay. Cool. 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 I like this idea. I like it. I like it. I think. I don't quite understand, but that's okay. That's okay. So we look at it. And you see the Tarrasque sit down and start to like its finger goes in front of its eyes as its mind's eye is focused on this, and he's using his finger to try to point at his mind's eye, but he's just pointing in front of his face in a way to the rest of you are just. Is he high? Like
Sure.
that's kind of like.
Eros turns back to everyone else and she says out loud, "We have less than 20 minutes for me to teach you the basics of operating a Jorvian. Okay? Let's get to it. No time to waste."
You can do this.
How long do you need?
Really less than 20 minutes. I just gave an arbitrary number. Doesn't really matter.
Um,
20 minutes is a long time for him.
Yeah, I know. I was just giving a giant number. See if you would actually follow it.
No.
He's got.
It's not that he knows that
He
20
has
is a small
an-
number. He just
He has
doesn't know what a
an
minute
attention
is.
span.
Is the sequence for kite but the same as for cash?
Okay. I'm gonna roll a performance check.
Any
I'm giving 6 inspiration for 2 plus 20 if necessary.
well, that not necessary
not with
there.
not with that check. I just wanted to do a check to give a gauge on can a Litz, who is the bard, who would be the most obvious person to pay attention to the dance and bond and things that Eros is trying to describe. Not necessarily, he already. I don't think he's the one that's going to take over Cash. I think he's going to Nanui. Nevertheless, he has the best chance of learn this in that time and then be able to disseminate it out to others. Because I think even Leandra, oh no, she's proficient in performance, so she would have a chance. Yeah, nevertheless. So you take 20 minutes. There's some weird, electric slide kind of dancing, it almost looks like, for a moment, where there's a group of people side to side and clapping and things to kind of keep pace. As they learn what could be the bond for these things. Leandra paying special attention, and then halfway through grabbing Nanui and saying, "You must learn this." Nanui, you're like, no, you are the tortoise, right? Basically, Cash is going to be Nanui's as definitely an Animaesus racial celebration pride thing. in a lot of ways. And I think Alitz is just too cool to drive one that isn't a cat. So, nevertheless, is there anything anyone else wants to narrate in this time? As we go through, and I'm gonna roll a wisdom save for the Tarrasque. He is patient. The DC was 20 for 20 minutes.
Let's go.
He is patient. He stays there for the most part. You know,
We have 9 additional minutes.
we have time to do. That's funny. All right. So you practice the performance. The groups separate or start to, break away as those that are finishing their short rest of the walkers are going to stay with Cash and Kiteba and eventually change ownership and start to go south or north, wherever they can eventually decide. Or do they go deal with the Jorvians already in these lands and the Animaesus that are in the process of that guerrilla warfare, or do they go south and potentially reconvene with Mu they were informed about? And do those
I
things?
assume Nouvelle stays with Strike.
Oh yes, I've just forgot to grab her.
And then Strike would also like to say to Eros, hey, if any of the kids would like to join. And he hands over the helm of teleportation. Give them this.
You had this the whole fucking time?
How do you think we get to ring battle? It's the second time.
Thuric!
That was the first time.
I'm just gonna pretend like it all makes sense. I'll make sure they get access to this.
And also, he just hands her some kind of trinket, whatever. That's about to strike. So they don't run the risk of ending up somewhere else miles away.
You recently clipped your toenails.
Yeah, that works.
You
But
know,
put it in a vial so it's
yeah, it doesn't
5% less gross.
yeah. Just so you know, there's a character in my Sunday game who collects toenails, an NPC. So, he's a
And-
grung.
And that's how teleportation
Wrong
works better?
And putting it into my inventory, Strike's toenails.
Strike toenail. Okay. So a few more goodbyes, I imagine. Leandra gives a hug, Birdman a hug. Look shared between them all of confusion between the other for the most part. Birdman gets a handshake from Nanui. And
Nunui and Strike make up somehow.
it'll take time. You guys have more or less formed a new adventure party just there. So, you gotta get to know each other. And then Birdman, Eros, and Eember gather around, and Eember will be the first to speak up. Where's your sheet, Eember? Oh, it's opening. And say, well, there's 2 ways we can do this. I think the more fun way is if we follow Birdman's, idea here. But we could manipulate in another fashion. If you wish, something less oily. You see the Tarrasque open his mouth and mumble with his mouth open, "I get in and I'll take you."
Come on, what?
Right, so like we can just walk
Yeah.
in?
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, I've never gone deep in a Tarrasque before, so
First time.
yeah, first time.
Yeah.
First time.
Yeah, this will hurt. Trust me. Don't worry about it though.
Mm.
All right. Birdman has his own way of doing it as slingshots again inside the mouse. Then there's a big as he gobbles it. There's a flash of light as Eember just like gets absorbed in there and just disappears. And then Eros, the mouth just elongates and opens in such a fashion that like with each step you're in, it opens to allow you in and then closes behind you in like suction cup fashion. It sounds disgusting. It feels even more disgusting. But after like the fourth or fifth step, if this flesh like stretching around you, you're just gobbled and sucked into like a bag of holding kind of thing, and you just somehow are in the lungs in front of your old apartment somehow inside the lung of the Tarrasque as Birdman's walking up the stairs to go in.
This is where it went.
Yeah, I had to take a souvenir.
No, glad you did. Otherwise, our down payment would have been for naught.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we're getting that deposit back.
Yeah, no, I think that's. Wait, no.
Good
we
news
get-
is,
No, we got our deposit back. Remember?
oh, we
We
stole
got
it back, right?
Yeah.
Well, in any case, now we can renovate it, fix it up. You know, maybe get out of a lung.
The rest of you outside see the Tarrasque wave at you, bye, and then he coughs, and then there's a big fart, and he's just gone.
A man after my own heart.
he casts plane shift, and you guys go elsewhere. s-
Yeah.
oh goodness.
Yeah. We could totally renovate it and put it somewhere else. But the question would be where?
Just released this campaign's last session, no?
The possibilities are endless.
Hmm.
Oh, what the fuck are we even going to do next? Orpheus? Or Legend of the Five Rings? What are we gonna do?
Let's hold. Let's
Let's hold the conversation for just
Slow
a
your
second.
roll there.
Slow down, slow down, Mr. Greed.
I'm great, it's my thing!
Well, the possibilities are endless, but I think we both know I'm not sticking around very long.
I know. But now I'm part of the greatest beast in all around.
You,
So if I ever need to find you, I can find you.
I don't doubt that at all. But there, the biggest thing I wanted to ask you, are you okay knowing that that I'll probably be gone before you?
Yeah. Yeah, I do. But I gotta live with it. At least you'll be off gallivanting in some spirit world.
Hmm. I don't know what spirit world would dare to contain me.
Wherever it is. I can find you.
Technically, if you go to the Fae or another realm like Celestial or something, time doesn't exist. So you know.
Oh yeah, but
Arrows don't know that.
Yeah. So, you know, essentially Eros is going to probably turn into much older than she thinks she's going to be. in comparison to things.
Oh. For right now, my plan is for about a month or so. No, just a month. I'll be here with you. But then I do have to go back to the kids. I'll make sure they're aware of what's going on, of course. But then I'm going to have some fun on a different continent. And when I'm done with that, you'll pick me up, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm glad I found you in that cage those years ago.
I'm glad you're glad you found me in that cage.
You don't have to be so roundabout in saying that you are glad that I found you.
Yeah. You know. Got a new cage now. It's
Yeah,
cooler than
but
the other one.
yeah, this one can
Made of
probably
impenetrable ribcage.
Yeah.
probably break down a city wall with just his fist.
Just a scream.
That too. And to think, 2 months ago, we were just living it up in this apartment. Just living city life.
Yeah,
You-
but if there's anything I've learned on my spiritual journey is that change is sometimes good.
So who's hungry? Eember says.
I'm starving.
I could eat
I've
something.
never cooked before. Is this a pot? And she holds a spatula.
Oh no.
Not another Roxana. I'll handle any.
Oh, this one has, flaming hands. So
Yeah, she'll probably burn everything.
yeah, it's okay.
No, I won't.
Don't let her anywhere near garlic.
Eember, let me handle the cooking.
Okay, I am hungry. I think that's what I feel. I feel like I could eat everything right now.
think-
So do
I
we
think-
have everything? What
No,
what
I
is the
think-
best thing to eat?
I think maybe I know this place where we can find a couple of dinosaurs that might be pretty delectable to dine on. I'd actually like to see us take down a dinosaur in this form.
I mean, you put some food in here, didn't you? Probably something.
Well, no, because all of the food comes naturally because he has to eat it, I think, is the kind of general vibe.
Big birded. Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, well, it'll come through. We could scrounge some of it that's not digestible.
Eros telepathically says to Gojira,
Hey, buddy, Gojira, can you eat something? Send it down to us.
Oh, give me a moment, please. I'm dealing with Lady Buck and we are sharing some tea. I will get with you in.
You fucking bitches now.
That
We are definitely not in Kansas anymore.
Yeah.
We are definitely not in Animaeus land
does this
anymore.
voice just change?
Yeah, yeah. That's the greatest beast in all the realms, by the way.
Mm, this is gonna be a long month.
Yes. Time doesn't exist where you're at.
All of a sudden, like it's not supposed to make sense. But all of a sudden there's just like stuff to make tea and crumpets. Like tea and biscuits and cookies and things like near you, and you can just like start baking and putting things together. You're not sure how it's there; it's just there. And you hear in your mind's eye the Tarrasque. I hope that's sufficient. I ate more than she gave me a strange look. She thought
That's
I
it?
was being a glutton.
I like to imagine at this moment, Kuiper is flying with Leandra as the pilot over them, and Stryke is just on top of Kuiper's head and is like,
Yeah, this should be fine. I haven't gotten to bake in a while.
And did you think that you're not a glutton? You're the greatest beast in all the realms. You should have told her that before. She should know. She should
I
have
did
invited.
tell her that, but
Oh.
she doesn't believe me. Can you believe that?
Yes,
I do
I
believe
can.
that. And this time, you have to use the shadow of the beast.
Well, why don't you come out and say hi to Lady Birkenshire?
Oh my god! And I imagine there's like the scene where I don't know what the Feywild looks like, but I imagine it's very not impressive for this lady to see it. It's probably very scary.
did they reproduce?
Who? What?
Did Tarrasque and Eember? Did they reproduce?
Could
No.
just eat her.
Oh,
Not yet.
yep.
Did you remind her that you could just eat her instead of all of her
I-
biscuits and crumpets?
You guys get snotted and puked out of the Tarrasque.
Okay,
And
I
you're-
wasn't done.
Oh, I wanted you to join me. And you're like on the ground, and you are hefted up by these odd owlkin, who help you up and get you to your seat. And Lady Birkenshire sits across the way, and owlkin herself. And the little magical attendants and things come to fill your glasses and get you ready to sit down. And you finally sat down, and the Tarrasque is dressed in a very high suit. He looks very clean. And he please try the tea, try the biscuits. And Lady Birkenshire, well, welcome, my good friends. I didn't believe the greatest beast was here, but now, proof to be had from your own stories. Please, you are welcome. You are welcome.
Well, if you need a story, you always need a good part to tell it, of course. Hmm. First question, though. What plane of existence are we in exactly? I just want to know my bearing. That's all.
Give me 1 second to remind myself of a name. Because I forgot the name of this place.
Plane shifted to a plane I didn't know existed.
Yes.
Execute
Dude,
Order
next level
66.
shit.
You, my new friend, are in the realm of, well, realms in many ways, of Arborea. The plane of the mountains, the trees, the gorgeouses, the wild-hearted spirit within each of us.
So we went to more of a spiritual Animaesus then.
You
That's
went on
fair.
honeymoon, you dickhead. He turns around and just like hits him. Like,
Yes. Sorry.
It's fine. I mean,
As long as you stay within my castle, you will be safe and protected. If you do leave the castle, though, these realms are quite dangerous.
well, I have no intention of putting myself in any danger. Besides, you want to know the story of the Tarrasque, don't you? the greatest beast in all the lands.
Yes, please start from the most beautiful point.
Eros looks over at Birdman and then looks back at Owl Lady and says,
Well, it all started when I found a bird in a cage.
Epilogue.
And I think
Damn.
one last piece of imagery with Strike and Nouvelle and Leandra flying overhead, with Aelitz teaching Nanui the dance for Cash down below, the camera arcing far north over the Lapid lands to Liam and the Queen preparing a militia of Lapid. Further north to Jahir and Goremonger meeting with the Mustellan as they prepare to engage with the remaining Jorvians and their primordials nearby. And then finally, the City of Salt.